Yes, what's happening, people? Got man like Owen back on the channel from B2R Sports. What you saying, bro? You all good?
What's going on, bro? What's going on,
Um,
people?
yes, people. What's happening, man? What's happening? Yeah, I'm all good, man. Yourself?
No, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I appreciate the invitation again, man.
Nah, no problem, man. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming back on, man. Obviously, we mean to get you back on anyway, but
Yeah,
I thought a good time to get you guys on, to get you on. Sorry. Obviously, Man United changing manager. I want to
yeah,
get your
yeah,
thoughts on that. I know
yeah.
you was an advocate for Ruben Amorim, but we're gonna get onto that anyway.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't lie, I'm happy, but
of course.
yeah, as I said, man, obviously it's always good to have differences of opinion to see what people think, and
Yeah.
we'll get into that. But yeah, listen, we're gonna get onto the Arsenal Liverpool game. Did you watch that game?
I literally just watched it.
Okay,
Good
because
result for me, I'll be honest.
say again.
I said it's a good result for me, to be honest, because they were getting a bit like gassed in the group chat. You get what I'm saying? They thought they were getting like 9 points ahead, or was it 8 points ahead? If
The
they
eight,
wanted it.
well, there's six at the moment, yeah, but it could have been
Yeah,
eight. But what makes me laugh, yeah, is that you know, one of my mods in there,
yeah,
Lumi. So she actually put a comment on there, yeah,
yeah,
and she must think I'm stupid because she's actually deleted it now,
yeah.
yeah, and she mentioned something about is Saka the best winger in the world, and then all of
Wow,
a sudden now it's been deleted, yeah. So
wow.
listen, Lumi, I know you're watching. Show your
Yeah,
face and don't hide, yeah. But yeah, listen. Yesterday, man, obviously I went live. I had people telling me that, Saka's top ten
yeah,
in the world. It's what people were saying, and again, a top 10 doesn't get taken off the pitch from Madueke in a game
yeah,
you need to win.
yeah,
So I think we can put that to bed, you know. Um, I was told that Declan Rice is the best midfielder in the world. Obviously not tonight, So
yeah.
but yeah, what did you make of the game anyway? Because I mean, from what I see, I think Liverpool come there to get a draw, and the way they set up their team. And
Yeah.
to be honest with you, man, that's exactly what they got. So
Yeah.
yeah, let me know what you got. What you thought of the game.
I think firstly it's a disappointing result for Arsenal because
Yeah.
if you look at the Liverpool side, they had everything but a striker. So it's like watching them,
Mm.
they had like when they're just attacking, but there was literally no one in the box, or the end product from Frimpong wasn't good enough. I feel like Arsenal, if there was a time to beat Liverpool, it was definitely today. Saka and Trossard, I felt like the final ball wasn't the best at times today. Gyokeres was non-existent. Yeah, like I'll be honest, I've been letting Gyokeres off, but the last two games I've watched him, he has looked so bad. I don't know, like he doesn't get involved
Bro,
in the
let's
game.
just call it what it is. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
shit.
no,
He's rubbish, man.
listen, I'm gonna have to start saying
He's
that
rubbish,
because
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start. He had one touch in the second half. He's just running around like a headless chicken. I don't understand. 98 goals in 102 games. They might have to put that league on fraud watch. What is going on? But
Trust me.
listen, Arsenal, they'll probably be disappointed, man. And Liverpool, and the funny thing is, Liverpool actually had, if they had a better like end product, they may have even got a goal in the end. But
Mm.
yeah, it just had no bite. That's the truth. They look like a team that lacked a striker, passing around. No one's in the box.
Yeah.
Frimpong, you could tell, you can see the quality difference in terms of Frimpong and Trent in terms of the end product. But
Yeah.
yeah, bro, it's probably disappointing for Arsenal fans. You wanna take the advantage when your rivals drop points, and you're just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, bro, 100%, man. I think again, if you're an Arsenal fan, I know there's a lot of Arsenal fans that are gonna come on here today.
yeah,
And big up to the chat as well. Big up to the mods as well, guys. We will definitely get back onto your comments and to your questions. But big up yourselves each and every time, and make sure you smash the like button and make sure you sub to the channel as well. But yeah, listen, if you're an Arsenal fan, I mean, I'll be honest, man. I think that's gonna hurt them. I think because to go 8 points clear of City and Aston Villa, and again,
yeah,
City haven't been great. Last three games, they've drawn three games, and I think it would have been a good chance for Arsenal to kind of cement you know their favourites tag in a sense this season.
yeah,
And as we know with Arsenal, this is what Arsenal do. They get into a position where they can kind of capitalize and
Yeah, they never
They
take
just
it.
fail, man. And the things
Yeah,
with Arsenal, they never look like scoring today for me. Like I think the first half, you'd probably say they edged it. You know, I think as I said, Liverpool were playing a bit cautious in the first half. But I mean, I see a stat in the second half, and I think Liverpool had 75% possession. So
crazy. Yeah,
yeah, man, it's madness. And I think yeah, as you said, Gyokeres was poor. Like, but why
yeah,
are we surprised? I thought Arsenal's best player was probably Urian Timber, I would say.
yeah,
I thought he was good. I thought Saliba was decent. I thought their whole front line was poor, not really in the game. You
yeah.
know, so yeah, I think they'll be looking at it as definitely 2.2 points that's got away from them, and I believe their next the next game is away to Nottingham Forest. I think after the FA Cup. So
Yeah.
yeah, listen, that won't be easy, and
It
then
won't be
obviously I
easy at
think
all.
we've got them as well, man. So and I can see us taking points off them as well, man. I'm telling you that now, man. We need
Oh,
to
you're
take
more
points off
hopeful
them.
than me. You're more
Yeah.
hopeful than me. I'll be honest, but
Mm.
let's see how it goes. Look, Fletcher. We'll get onto the Man United when you're ready. But
Yeah,
listen,
yeah,
we looked more attacking yesterday. That's what I'll say.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, listen. I think there's a lot of people out there that are, I see people saying that how can people be happy with the result? I mean, the performance, should I say, because the result was poor. But
yeah,
yeah, the result was not a result that we were looking for. But let's face it, man. There was positive signs under Darren Fletcher, but we'll get on to that anyway.
yeah,
But in terms of Liverpool, I
yeah.
mean, what do you think of their performance tonight? Did you think that they come for a draw like myself, or do you think they could have nicked it? 'Cause I thought there was definitely a penalty shout on Frimpong in
I
the
thought that was
in
a
the second
penalty.
half,
I'll be so
first half.
honest.
Sorry.
I
Yeah,
thought that was a penalty. The first, let's say that 5, 10, maybe that first 10, 15 minutes, they were looking a bit like they were going to be a bit shaky, like they were going to be pegged back. But to be fair to them, they put bodies behind the ball.
yeah,
Um, they didn't really, Arsenal were attacking on the wings and stuff like that, but nothing was happening in the budge in the box when Martinelli will put it through, cross it in, or Saka will put
mm,
it across the floor into the box. Nobody was there.
yeah.
I got to start questioning Gyokeres' movement as well, because it just looks like he's never there as well. He's just running
Yeah.
around.
Very,
Um,
very, very flat-footed. Yeah.
yeah, I
Mm,
don't know. And yeah, for Liverpool, I don't know if they came for a draw, because
mm,
I do think the game was there for them. I just feel like they didn't have a striker, so they played like a team without a striker. So it was just a lot
yeah.
of like pass from your right winger all the way back to the midfield, all the way to the left, and then no one's there, and then you got to rotate it again. Um, yeah, it's just it just looked like a team without a striker, bro. I just be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a bit disappointing on that front. But for them, it's a good result. Look, they've taken 4 points off Arsenal this season. They're a
Mm,
team that aren't really the best in terms of confidence right now. So it's like they can
mm,
take that. You know what I mean? Salah's and AFCON right now. Ekitike, is like both injured. So
yeah.
look, it's a decent result, man. Going away to Arsenal and taking a point is always a good result.
Yeah, 100%, man. I think in terms as well, man, with the players that you just mentioned that were missing, I actually think, yeah, if those players were available,
Yeah.
Liverpool probably could have got beaten that game if they all played because they'd have been more open. I think the
Yes.
fact that they had to rely on Florian Wirtz playing as a false nine,
Yes.
Gakpo obviously from the left trying to use his pace.
Yes.
I think that kind of helped them out in that sense because when you've got like the likes of Salah and Isak, I won't mention Ekatike because I think Ekatike does do his fair share of defensive anyway. But I
Yeah.
think definitely with Isak and Salah,
Yeah.
you know, as much as what they might give you going forward, I think going back, I mean, they could have been a liability in that game. So,
No, you're right. And
mm.
look, they had on the right side, it was like Frimpong and was it Conor Bradley?
Conor Bradley, yeah,
So you're basically playing like two right backs, or two defenders. So you know what I'm saying. So there was
yeah,
always cover. Even when they were crossing the box, even sometimes when they crossed the ball from the right side, Conor Bradley
mm.
could header it. Like he was there before Frimpong, if you know what I'm saying. So it
Yeah,
was, yeah. I see what you're saying when they went there for a draw. I think Slot went there to make sure that they're compact. You got what I'm saying? Not
mm.
not easy to beat. And look, like I said, getting a draw away at Arsenal with a lot of those players missing, you take that. You take that, man.
Yeah. No, 100%, man, 100%. I think Liverpool, for me, man, they can definitely be happy with the second half performance, and they could have nicked it,
Yeah,
but yeah, listen, Arsenal fans, man, let us know, man, what you think, because
yeah,
there was a lot of chat yesterday, yeah, and let me tell you now, a certain someone, yeah, he knows who he
yeah,
is nowhere to be seen, and this is what I'm trying to tell you, yeah. This is why Arsenal, for me, they're
yeah,
not winning nothing, because they got a deluded fan base,
yeah,
yeah, an overrated manager, and a bunch of overrated players.
yeah.
That's as simple as that.
I don't see Arsenal
Clock.
winning the league.
Hey, clock enders. If you're watching, man,
Yeah.
yeah, listen, you can hide what you want, man, but don't be coming back, man, when your team start winning, man, because it's
Yeah.
fake. So, listen, we all see you, man, but
I've been getting
nah, all
added in the
jokes
group
aside,
chat
man.
non-stop. I've been getting added in the group chat non-stop, but since this result now, no one's saying nothing. It's like, bro, why don't you just wait for
Mm.
the 3 points first before you start talking? But you
Bro,
know
he
how
was
Arsenal fans
talking.
are.
He was talking so much nonsense yesterday. Yeah, he was saying we're gonna smash Liverpool. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Saka's top 10 in the world. He got
Mm.
hooked for Madueke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, he was saying all that, and as I said, he can hide, man. He can hide. But let's get on some of the chats anyway. Big up to Fitz. Big up each and every time. So Fitz says, where's it gone? Um, oh no. So Fitz says, I can't lie. Tonight's game had me conflicted. I was low-key hoping for some kind of Royal Rumble to break out, leading to points deduction for both teams. Yeah, bro, I hear that, man. I hear that.
Yeah.
But, I think Liverpool, for me, will definitely be coming away from that as the team that's going to be most, enjoying that kind of result, because, they were definitely the underdogs for this game. You're thinking of what was missing. I thought Van Dijk and Kanate were relatively comfortable, but again, when you're defending against Gyokeres, it's not really hard.
No.
I thought Saka in the first half, to be fair, he
Yeah.
had some points where he looked like he was going to do something, and I
Yeah.
think the ball where he played, I think when he went round Kirkes in the first half,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think again Gyokeres was nowhere to be seen. But then after that, I think Kirkes had him in his pocket, so
You did.
and that's why he got subbed. And again, Gyokeres coming off the pitch,
Yeah.
embarrassment. Jesus weren't no better really, but
No.
at least Jesus offers more of a presence, I would say, in
He's a
terms of
footballer.
trying to link the play.
Yeah.
And again, he's quite mobile as well,
Yeah.
Gabriel Jesus. But I thought Trossard, wasn't really in the game. Martinelli, is just 100-mile-an-hour player. And to be fair,
Yes.
what he done to Conor Bradley by trying to kick him off push him off the pitch, the referee should have come and gave him a red card for that, because that
Yeah.
was a disgrace what he done there.
Yeah.
You know,
Um, you see, Saka.
mm.
I think Saka should have scored there. He had one little opportunity where if he's top 10 or
was,
as a sharpest, he
was
was
it the
in the
one
box.
where he got played into the box?
Yeah, and I felt
Yeah,
like he just let off like a bit sooner. He maybe took one too many touches, but apart
yeah,
from that, yeah, Saka. I think after the first half, he wasn't really as much as a threat as the first
mm.
10, 15 minutes.
Mm.
Kirk has done well to deal with him.
Mm.
Martinelli and Trossard didn't really do too much today.
Yeah.
Gyokeres, like you said, I'm even surprised what you're saying about Jesus. If when you rate Xerxes so much, but Jesus is a
Hey,
footballer.
listen, don't
Jesus is a
start chatting on
footballer.
my guy. Come on, man. Let's not do that.
But
Let's not
Jesus,
do that.
yeah,
Zerx is
man.
a bad boy, man. Come
But
on.
all these strikers that don't like scoring, innit? Like, you get me? I'm not fans of them. I'm not fans of them. That's the truth, innit? I'm not
All these
fans of them.
strikers are not scoring. Nah, listen, he's a bad boy, man. Come on.
Yeah. But,
Nah, but
listen.
no. To be fair though, yeah, Gabriel Jesus is a bit similar to Xerxes in a sense. To be fair,
Yeah,
but I mean, if you think about it, he's coming off a long injury, and
yeah,
when you're coming off the bench, it's hard to make an impact in a game like that anyway.
definitely.
But I think that's going to be their problems, because you've got a striker that is next to useless.
Yeah,
You got a guy coming back from a long-term injury in Jesus, and then you got Kai Havertz, who's not really a 9 anyway, but has been playing there. And again, he's been out injured for a long while. So yeah, they're relying on the likes of Saka, the likes of Trossard. The fact that Eze now is back up to Odegaard. I don't really know why he went there in the first place.
what's happening with Eze? He's not coming off the
So
bench, is he?
so this is what I'm trying to say to you. Yeah, the thing with Eze, yeah, Eze Eze for me should have gone Tottenham, because if he went Tottenham, he'll be starting every week. And the
100%.
fact that Odegaard was out injured, that's why
Yeah.
Eze was getting game time. Now the problem is, because Odegaard's the club captain, you know, Arteta can't justify leaving him out. So the only way Eze gets into this team is if Odegaard gets an injury, or if he's horribly off form, or he wants to change the game. But Eze for me, you know, I don't know how he's going to get his rhythm in terms of playing 1 minute and then on the bench the next. You know what I mean? So the fact that
he was starting games though, but like he was starting games earlier in the season. I don't know.
Yeah, he was starting because Odegaard was out. That's the whole point.
Okay.
Yeah. And Odegaard comes back now, and he's just relegated to the bench.
Yeah.
So
but to not come off the bench, you know what I mean? Like he didn't come off the bench for that. Was it not the last 3 games or something like that?
Yeah, and he brings him on today because again, the man management for me is poor. And again, Eze hasn't been great this season, but again, he should never have chosen Arsenal in the first place. But I think someone like him, he needs to be playing regularly. But as long as they've got Odegaard there, because again, Declan Rice is going to play. Zubimendi's the deepest line midfielder, and then the club captain's Odegaard. So you got too many players that are going to vie for that position. You know, and you think of Wanyeri signing a new contract as well. What a waste of time that was for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we got Mikel Merino as well, another one. So
I don't know. That's their striker, midfielder. I don't know what they do with Merino there, but
he's like a jack of all trades, man, but a master of none.
Like he's better. He's more effective than Gyokeres up top, though. That's one thing
Bro,
I say.
Listen, I think I'll take any striker in this league. You know, I'll take Charlie Austin, who's in the studio, man. He's better than Gyokeres right now.
Is he actually that bad?
Bro, he's rubbish, man. He's rubbish. Like the thing with Gyokeres, I'll tell you why he's shit now, The reason for me is because remember when Man United were linked to him, innit? And a lot of fans were saying they want Gyokeres because Gyokeres scored this amount of goals in Portugal. But again, what these people won't tell you, is that again, when Ruben Amorim was playing in that Portuguese league, you know, they outperformed their XG by something like 25 or something goals. In that system that Amorim was playing. So what it tells you is that the team overperformed, and you had a freak striker in that league at the in Gyokeres. Now, if a team's outperforming their XG by that amount, it usually tells you that, you know, the league's either shit or the system is not sustainable, because you shouldn't be outperforming your XG by that amount because it's a freak season. So then when you got a manager like Amorim and a striker like Gyokeres come into the Premier League, is there any surprise why his system's not working, Amorim, and Gyokeres is struggling? Because all it tells you is that the Portuguese league is weak.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but a lot of Man United fans were saying they wanted Gyokeres because he scores this amount of goals. And you can see he's playing for a team in Arsenal that probably create more chances than United.
Yeah.
And he's struggling, you know, and it wouldn't be so bad if he had like, you know, if he had good link play, you know, he was getting more involved in the game. And I think this is why Arteta, for me, as soon as Kai Havertz is back, Gyokeres will spend half his time on the bench, because Kai Havertz is actually a number 10. And at least with Kai Havertz, he can drop into midfield, link the play, and he can get involved. He can get involved a lot more than what Gyokeres is doing, and that's what Arteta likes. He likes players that can pack the midfield. So, man, I think the fact that they spent that money on Gyokeres, boy, I don't know what they're gonna do with him, because I'll honestly right now, I can't see him. I can't see him ever getting better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wanted Gyokeres. I'll be honest. I wanted Gyokeres. Obviously, bro, when I see 98 goals in 102 games, you get what I'm saying? That looks like a striker that scores a lot of goals, and it's called hungry. But also, when I watch Arsenal, I don't feel like they play for him
to his strengths.
If you know what I'm saying. But to be honest, like, even if they don't play to your strengths, you still need to like somehow get in the game or something. He just looks like he's running around, like he's just running around. The ball's not coming to him. He's not, even when they flash it across the box or anything like that, you're not there. So I don't know, but I don't feel like Arsenal played to his strengths. I don't feel like the striker they even needed was him. I think an Ekitike would have probably even been much better for them than, and maybe even an Isaac would have probably been better for them. But Yeah, Gyokeres is he's just looking like a donkey right now. I don't know.
Yeah. I think what it was with Gyokeres, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't particularly think Arteta actually went the striker. I think Arteta was pressured into getting a striker because the fan base for years have been saying Arsenal need to go and get a number 9.
yeah,
But yeah, Gyokeres don't fit Arsenal's style because he needs balls into the box where he can attack.
yeah,
But the way Arsenal
yeah,
play a very patient game, which is why I'm saying with Kai Havertz, because Kai Havertz can get more involved in the game,
yeah,
he's more suited to what Arsenal want to do. So
yeah,
the thing with Gyokeres, they're literally relying on Gyokeres to be a flat track bully against
yeah,
the lesser teams, or it's one of them things where if the game's in the balance, he might do something out of the ordinary with his strength. But
yeah.
again, his strength ain't really an X factor in this league because this league has a lot of physicality.
Hundred
You know what I
percent.
mean? So
Yeah,
it's one of
yeah,
them
yeah,
things that Gyokeres would thrive in the Portuguese league because it's not a physical league. But coming to England, he's going to get found out, which is what
yeah,
he's doing now. I
yeah.
think what's he got? What, 4 or 5 league goals?
Yeah, I think he's been on fire for a long time right now.
Yeah. And and I had someone telling me in my chat, yeah, that
Yeah,
Gyokeres is going to hit 25 goals this season.
it's made us. Listen, when you see a striker score 98 or 102, I
Yeah.
expect to see at least more than 15. I said that he's going to score more than 15. But
Bro,
watching
we're
him,
on 21 games, yeah, already.
yeah,
Yeah. There is what? 17 games left. Bro, he's not going to hit 20 goals. He won't. I don't think he hits 10.
bro, bro, it's not looking likely. Like it's not looking likely at all. That's what I'd say. It's definitely not looking likely. I don't know what's going on. He's not getting touches of the ball. He's just running around, bro. Like,
Bro, he's just running around doing cardio, man. That's all he's doing.
literally.
As I said, man, he's like a builder up top, man, up front.
Yeah.
That's all he is, man. He's a builder, man.
A lot of
Jack
players,
Swagger. You know what I mean?
yeah, a lot of Arsenal fans have been saying to me shit. Some people have been saying we don't play to his strengths, but yeah, like I might just have to I might have to just say he's not good, bro. Because I watched him today. I watched him the last game as well. Even when they're winning, he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
He's just occupying the defenders. Like, is that all you do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. An extra body, man. That's all he is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, bro.
Let me see this chat. So Fitz says Gyokeres made VVD actually like a centre back. Says more about Gyokeres as a striker more than anything. Though, innit? Yeah, listen. I know Fitz don't like Van Dijk, man. So he had to get that one in. But yeah, listen. I'm a fan of Van Dijk, man. I'm not gonna say I'm not, but I think he's not the same Van Dijk that was in his prime for me. But yeah, listen, Gyokeres can make any centre back look good because he's just that shit, man. It's just that simple, you know. So yeah, it is what it is, man. But what do you think of Saka anyway? Because I think Saka for me is a player, that does divide opinion. And for me, I think Saka's a good player, but the hype that Saka gets, for me is a lot of it's based on the racial abuse that he got after the Euros.
Yeah.
I think ever since he got that racial abuse, I think people are just doing too much for Saka. And it's like, listen, he's a good player, man, but all this top 10, top 10. Huh?
Yeah. No, bro. Listen, I rate Saka.
You rate him, yeah?
Yeah, I rate him. Look.
What do you like about him then?
I rate consistency. You know what I'm saying? So like whatever level that people like, I think he's a very good winger, and he's consistently being a very good winger. In terms of like all this top, one of the best in the world and things like that, I don't see Saka as one of them. I'll be honest, but I think he's just a very good winger. I remember we had this argument the last time I was on, but you said Ahmad is better than Saka.
So let me explain what I mean by Ahmad being better. Yeah. So when I said Ahmad's better than Saka, I've always maintained he's a better footballer than Saka. Saka right now has played regular first team football for over 5 years now. You would probably say.
Yes.
Ahmad's played first team football for a struggling Man United team for about 2 seasons. So so again, Saka in terms of the kind of I wouldn't even say level, but where Saka is in his career, he's had more exposure to first team football than Ahmad has at a better level. Yeah.
Yes.
But in
Yes.
terms of just aesthetics, you know, a
Yeah.
pure footballer,
Yeah.
Saka's not better than Ahmad. He's not. He's not. I'm talking about as a footballer, like not as like you could probably say Saka's more consistent than Ahmad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But
again, that
what
can
about
be
in terms
that.
of end products? Like, what about in terms of end products as well? And quality of deliveries
But,
in the ball, goals, assists. What do you think?
but again, if you look at Saka's goal record, his goal record ain't even that good.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's
Yeah.
not. And again, you look at if we're looking at Ahmad, yeah, and this is why again we'll get onto it in a minute, yeah. This is why the fact that this Amorim's been sacked, I
Yeah.
expect Ahmad to come into his own now. Because Ahmad is not no wing back. And again, we can't really compare his numbers to a Saka who's been playing over 5 years in Arsenal's first team as a right winger.
Yeah.
And Ahmad's been playing, not been playing, then
Yeah.
playing right wing, then
Yeah.
playing wing back. So there's no like continuity in what Ahmad's been doing. So for me, as I said, I'll always maintain. I know Ahmad's a better footballer than him. There's no doubt about that. But you could probably say Saka's more consistent. But there's probably reasons for that, you know. And again, tonight's game, you know, we started off decent,
Yeah.
but then just faded away. And again, I think a lot of people have got like a misconception about Saka because Saka's only got 4 league goals and 4 assists this season.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah.
You know, I told someone in the chat yesterday that Saka's not better than Jared Bowen. And people will laugh at that, yeah, but they're only laughing because Jared Bowen's playing for West Ham. But Saka couldn't do what Bowen's doing at West Ham.
I'm gonna clip this up on TikTok.
Bro, clip it, man. I'm telling you. Bro, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Jared Bowen's better than Saka. Like, what's the difference between Jared Bowen and Saka? One's white, one's black. That's it. And Jared Bowen's got more goals than him. So
yeah.
If you want to talk about goals, he's got more goals than him. If you talk about consistency, playing for a lesser team, he's more consistent. You know, put Saka in West Ham and see what Saka does.
Saka will still be Saka. And I'm a Man United fan. I don't even like these Arsenal players, but I rate consistency. I'll be honest. I think Saka's I think Saka, like what Saka gives you, he will consistently give you it. Like I know you're saying that he doesn't give great output, like a lot of goals and assists, but he's consistent in terms of all the competitions I see him playing. He plays at a decent level.
Yeah. No, fair enough, man. Fair enough. I mean, he's very much a systematic player for me. He's a system player, and I think the way that Arsenal play, it suits him down to the ground. I think if he goes and plays for any other team, and even internationally, he's not going to look half the player. You know, Yuri and Timber, you know, he relies a lot on Yuri and Timber as well for me. And but as I said, man, I think
he played all right when it was Ben White like last season. Or
exactly. He played all right. Yeah, I agree. All right, all right's not world class. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
so who's a world class winger team?
What right in his position?
So yeah, like who would you give me as a
top
3 or top 4?
Lamine Yamal, Ryan Cherky, Michael Elise, those 3 for a start. And I'm talking about left-footed inverted players. So the best 3 for me, and even though Cherky's a 10 really, but Cherky, Yamal, and Elise, all three of them are better than Saka. As I said, Ahmad's a better footballer than Saka. If you're going to compare Brian Mbeumo, for instance, who's a wide forward inverted, I would say Saka is probably a better footballer than Mbeumo.
Yeah.
But Mbeumo will get more numbers.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So but that's the kind of level that I rate in terms of left-footed players playing out wide. Yeah. You know, I'd argue with anyone that he's not better than any of them 3. You know?
Ryan Cherky's probably still got a bit more to do before he can start talking.
I've seen enough of Cherky's ability to know that, because for me, I rate Cherky in a sense of, for me, he's going to be a future Ballon d'Or contender for me, because he's got that level of ability. You know, but I do agree with you. Yeah, he's got to be more consistent over the next couple of seasons. But I reckon he will in this Man City team once he gets more used to the league anyway.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
Let's just go on to some of these chats. Big up to Mike, says, I'll be real. Saka is above average at best. One of the most overrated wingers in the Prem. I will say, however, he's Arsenal's most consistent player. Um, I wouldn't say he's the most consistent. I think you have to look at the likes of Gabriel, Magalhaes, Declan Rice, Urian Timber. I think those three for a start are more consistent than Saka. I just think Saka is one of them players that um, he's on everyone's lips because of other things.
Yeah,
And I think people just get a confusion that Saka is this sort of player, you know, because I don't rate Noni Madueke. I've never rated him. But Madueke should be starting in this team ahead of Saka because he
yeah,
offers something different.
yeah,
He's more direct. He looks more of a threat. Like look when he come on straight away, the ball he put in across the box
yeah,
for where a striker should have been. So
yeah,
yeah, you see what I mean? Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's more of a threat than Saka, but again, he's got the what do they call it? He's got the what's that word? I forgot the right word now. He's got the he's got money in the bank basically.
Yeah, yeah,
Money
yeah.
in the bank to
So,
to to keep playing. But I think sooner or later, I think Arteta is going to need to make a decision because you could see when Saka came off, he wasn't happy.
yeah,
He wasn't happy because again, he never gets taken off. But the fact that he got taken off was good news, man, because I think Arteta's probably looking at it thinking he's got someone who's like for like,
yeah.
more direct. Let's
Yes.
try and get him involved, And
Look, when
again,
you're a
this
top
this
side,
top 10 talk that Clockenders was saying yesterday, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he might
madness.
be top 10. Like, I don't know if I can name 10
Bro,
wingers better than
bro,
him.
I can name you 20 already. And it's not just one
Wait, give me
position.
more names. Give me more names.
So he said to me yesterday, in the chat, and again the chat can back it up, He
Yeah,
said that Bukayo Saka is top 10 in the world. Not in his position, just top
yeah.
10 in the world.
Okay, top 10 in the what? What?
And I
Top
and I
10?
mean
Top 10
we can
wingers. So left or
no
right, or top 10
no no
players.
no he said top 10 players. Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, that was my look as well. The guy was actually being serious with me. He
Yeah,
said top 10 in the world, I'm telling you. And I gave him 20 players. So you look at Yamal Pedri, that's two already. Yeah, even if you want to throw in what's his name? Rafinha has had a good season. Then you go to Real Madrid, Mbappe, Vinicius Jr. If Camavinga was fit, Valverde. Yeah.
yeah.
Then we can go to PSG. Hakimi, Nuno Mendes, Vitinha, Fabian
You just
Ruiz,
you didn't even say the
Usman Dembele,
Bowen.
Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah,
You want to throw Doué in there if you want as well? You see what I mean?
yeah.
And I've not even got into the Premier League teams yet. The likes of Cole Palmer, Moises Caicedo. So when people are
We
saying
can
when
argue.
people are
We can
saying things
argue
like
some of
this,
them names, though.
huh?
We can argue some of them names. You could argue some of them names.
Yeah,
But
but yeah,
no, but
yeah.
I
I
see what
mean,
you're
if you
saying.
if you want, but
All
he's not top 10, man. Come on, we
right,
can't be
cool.
doing that. You know, he's not
Yeah,
top 10, man. He might he
yeah,
might be he might be top 10 in his team,
yeah.
but you know what I mean? Not in the world, man. So yeah, let's just long that off. But yeah, big up to Mike, man. Mike says he's the most consistent player. I'd argue that there's other players in there that are more consistent.
Yeah.
Guys, make sure you're smashing the like. There's 72 of you watching. Make sure we're smashing the like. Make sure we're subbing to the channel. Make sure you share the channel as well. And guys, obviously I got Owen's link to his socials in the description as well. So you're on TikTok, Instagram,
Yeah.
YouTube, and Twitter as well?
To be fair, on everything. Yeah, Twitter as
And
well. So
everything,
just
yeah.
go follow us. Yeah,
So guys, yeah, make sure you go over and follow Owen at B2R Sports on
yeah.
all of his socials as well. Um, you just don't like Saka. You have to be honest to yourself. Bro, it's not that I don't like Saka, man. I just don't rate Saka as highly as what you're doing.
Yeah,
Like as I said, he's got good fundamentals to his game. He's very good at shielding the ball. He's very strong as well.
yeah,
And as Owen said, he is consistent as well at times.
yeah.
But when I'm hearing people just saying he's the best winger in the league and the world, it's like, yeah, you guys have just not watched football. You know what I mean? Because we can't be making them ludicrous statements there. But yeah, I wouldn't say I don't like him, man. I just don't rate him as highly as others. You know,
If Jared Bowen is better than him, why is like none of the big clubs going in for him?
because I'll tell you why. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll tell you why. Now, Jared Bowen is married to or engaged to, Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer, yeah,
Danny
big
Danny
West Ham
Danny
fan.
Dyer's his daughter Danny Dyer, yeah.
Yeah,
So again, Jared Bowen's captain of West Ham. He's like taking over from like Mark Noble as Mr. West Ham, or
yeah,
you can say Noble, Declan Rice, now Jared Bowen. So
yeah,
again, you have to look at it on Jared Bowen's side. Yeah, Jared Bowen's probably what, mid-20s or coming on to late 20s.
yeah,
He's captain of West Ham.
yeah,
Along with Paqueta, they're the two best players. And it's one of them things where, because remember, Liverpool were in for him as well.
yeah,
And I'm not sure what happened in the end. But the thing with Jared Bowen, sometimes, when you've got a good thing going on,
yeah,
sometimes it's not always good to just leave the club,
yeah,
because he might go elsewhere and not have the kind of protection that he's had at West Ham
yeah,
at other clubs. But for me, if West Ham was to get relegated,
yeah,
he'll be going to a top six team.
yeah, yeah.
He will be, because you don't do what Jared Bowen's doing at West Ham, and no one's looking at it. I mean, personally, I wouldn't sign him at Man United because we've got players for me that Ahmad for me, and you got Embuemo there anyway, and
Yeah,
you got man like Shea Lacey coming through as well. So you know what I
yeah.
mean. But he'll definitely be playing for a top six team if
What do you
West
think of
Ham get
Semenyo?
relegated. What do I think of Semenyo?
Yeah,
I think Semenyo for me isn't my type of player, yeah.
yeah,
But it's a smart signing by Man City, because they're adding physicality and goals into their team. So if you're
yes,
thinking you've got Doku and Semenyo on the left hand side, if one of them's having a bad game, then you can bring one on for the other.
yeah,
Or if you want to play Cherky in the 10 and play two physicality players on the wings with pace, you can do that.
yeah,
So he's not a signing that I wanted Man United to make personally, because especially with this dumb Ruben Amorim system, yeah, playing him at wing back. But it's a smart signing by City, and I believe City with that signing, I think they go on well, I'm still saying City going to win the league, but I think a signing like that, he's got goals in him,
yeah.
and
Would
again,
you have
if you
wanted
want
them
to,
at United?
not in the system, because I'm looking at the players we have now, yeah.
Yeah,
And again, the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-3-3.
yeah,
If you're looking at left-hand sided players,
yeah,
like you spent money on Cunha, so Cunha has to play there. So if you're going to bring a Semenyo in,
yeah,
Semenyo's not going to go on the bench for a Cunha or Embuemo when he can go and play for a lot of the other teams in the league and possibly start. So this is why I didn't want Semenyo. The Semenyo one made no sense, because we know Amorim was going to try and play him at left wing back, and that can't be happening. So the fact that he's gone to Man City,
they said they were ready to change the system for
yeah,
Semenyo.
yeah, I hear that, yeah. But
Yeah,
the problem that I see with that, yeah, is that
yeah,
where is Semenyo going to play then? Because if you're looking at the moment, you got Bruno, you got Semenyo, Cunha, Ahmad, Embuemo, and they all play in a 4-2-3-1, and even Mason Mount, number 7 on his back, 250 grand a week. How are you going to justify bringing in Semenyo when you got all them players already?
bro. Listen,
Mm,
when you're ready to go into Man United, because obviously me, I
yeah.
feel deeply, I feel strong about this topic. Look,
Mm.
um, Cunha is not a left winger,
No, he's not. He's not.
so I do take Semenyo because right now we're in a position where we don't have any left wingers.
Yeah. But what I would say though, yeah, when you're playing like a 4-3-3 though, yeah,
Yeah,
the left winger and the right winger, they're not really, how can I explain it? Yeah, they're kind of like wide forwards in a
yes,
sense where they'll be tasked with getting goals.
yes,
So if he was to play in a 4-2-3-1,
yeah,
he could play then you would have like left wingers or right wingers, or like you can play wide forwards in that system with like a number 10. But the
yeah,
thing with Cunha, because Cunha is more of a maverick, he'd have
yeah,
the license to kind of go infield. And then even if he was to play like an Ahmad as a 10, let's say, Ahmad and him can swap, but there's fluidity there in the team. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So the fact that Semenyo, they were saying about them changing the system, which again, I don't really believe anyway. I just think that was just talk. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I'm looking at Semenyo coming in the left hand side, but then, as I said, you've got Cunha, you've got Embuemo, you've got Ahmad, Mason Mount, Bruno. What's going to happen to all them players when you got one game a week?
yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, he wasn't someone that I particularly wanted, if I'm honest. But I think it's a smart signing by Man City, man, and I think that will be the signing for them that will, because I think they're going to try and outshoot teams because their defense is kind of poor now. You think Gavardio's out for a little while, I think Diaz is out for about 4 weeks. Kusanov is raw. I think Ake is declining. They got young Max Elaine that come in the other day. So I think the fact that they're going to sign Semenyo, they're going to be looking to just outscore teams, and that could be the defining thing in the season for them.
Yeah.
So
That was a good signing for Man City. More goals, like you said, physicality as well. It's
there you
another
go.
option. So
Yeah.
very
Imagine if you start Doku or
Yeah.
start Semenyo and then you bring one of them off
Yeah.
and then you got fresh legs in the last like 10, 15 minutes.
yeah.
See what I mean? No
Yeah,
one's
it's
going to
long for
want a
the
big African run at them. You know what I mean?
Nah,
So
it's long for the
yeah,
right back. It's a very long day. So yeah, it's true.
that's what I'm saying, man. So that's what I think he's thinking anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remove GA from the picture. Ahmad wipes Saka every day of the week. Exactly. Big up to Mike. That's exactly my point. Exactly my point. Yeah. I think the only reason why people talk about Saka ahead of Ahmad is because of GA. But as I said, Saka's got 4 goals and 4 assists this season.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how much Ahmad's got, but Ahmad's been playing wing back.
Yeah.
Ahmad's got a Premier League hat trick to his name. Saka hasn't. You see what I mean? So and Saka is playing in England's first 11. Well, I'll tell you this now for free, yeah. If Saka and even Jude Bellingham, yeah, if Thomas Tuchel buckles under the pressure and starts both of them, England ain't do nothing serious. I'll tell you that right now. But Bellingham for me, you leave him at home, simple as, and I'll start Cole Palmer every day of the week over Saka on that right hand side. But I think Saka will start because again, it's the media hype. He's obviously playing for Arsenal that are, top of the league at the moment. So he will get the nod. But don't be surprised, man, very quickly if Thomas Tuchel starts changing it, So
is Palmer a right winger?
So Palmer's a natural number 10, yeah? But the thing with Palmer, especially in this league, you can't play him in field because too many bodies in there. And again, he's not someone that has physicality. He's someone that needs to be picking up the balls, picking up the ball in the half spaces where he's got time to turn and then create. So in this league, playing him centrally is going to nullify his game. So he's better playing from the right, where, as I said, he can pick up in the half spaces and do the same damage that he can do from the central of the pitch. But again, it's only because he's playing centrally in this league. If he was playing in Spain, let's say, or even Germany, he can pick up the ball centrally from that position and dictate. But it's a different game playing as a number 10 in this league. You got to have physicality, and that's why Morgan Rogers, excels in the central part of the pitch for Aston Villa because he's got physicality and he can carry the ball. So again, man, that's what I'm saying, man. But I rate Cole Palmer highly, man, and I think Chelsea as well need to be playing him from the right hand side, and England for me, because for me, international football is about mavericks. It's about the best individuals, and he's definitely one of them. So that's why I'm saying he's an individual. Saka's a system player, so that's why I'll start Cole Palmer. And then you got the likes of Eze, he's an individual. Jack Grealish is in the individual. Morgan Rogers is probably a hybrid, So yeah, that's why I'd play Cole Palmer from the right hand side personally, But again, Saka's going to start. We know he is, but for me, Saka and Jude Bellingham, especially Bellingham, leave him at home, man. Leave him at home, man. I know you rate Bellingham as well, yeah.
Bro,
he's rubbish, man. Listen,
bro, I know what kind of fan you are because I have somebody in my B2R chat, bro.
I'm a football fan, man. Football fan.
So that's it. So what, like, Bellingham's just not a footballer. He's just a power. Like he just runs around.
Bro, you see with Bellingham now, yeah. Again, I like these chats because I'm not here for anyone to agree with me, man. It's about having conversation because I think what it is, a lot of people, hear the same thing, innit? And it's like, for me, because I've been around football my whole life and I've seen so much, nothing's gonna tell me that Jude Bellingham's a top player. Jude Bellingham, the reason he's got to football where he is today, people might say his mentality, but it's the physicality. He's 6 foot central midfield player, can run all day. The fact that he's found himself at Real Madrid is a crime to football. It's an absolute crime to football that he's playing in the number 10 position for Real Madrid. It's an even bigger crime to football that he has number 10 on his back for England.
How many?
I don't think people deep how bad that is.
How many did he score last year for Real Madrid,
bro? And again,
and why is that? Because he's not a footballer.
Again, that wasn't last season. That was the season before Mbappe came. And again, these are the things that people don't talk about. Yeah. There's a reason why Jude Bellingham scored the amount of goals he did for Real Madrid. Real Madrid played with no striker, so Bellingham was the most advanced midfielder come false nine. If you remember, they had Modric, Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouaméni that were playing in the midfield, and he was the most advanced number 9 come attacking midfielder. So again, you had Vinicius Jr. and you had Rodrigo either side. So Bellingham was tasked with just getting into the box, getting the flick-ons, getting the headers kind of thing, But is there any surprise why his numbers dropped when Mbappe came in?
Has he not been injured?
Nope. His numbers dropped.
He's been injured this season, though.
I don't think he has. Maybe for probably about 1 or 2 games.
That's why he didn't get picked for England.
No, he didn't. He did. So he got injured, then came back. But Thomas Tuchel just dropped him anyway. And then he brought him back. And if you remember, Morgan Rogers started the first game, and then Bellingham started the second game, and then Rogers come on for Bellingham. But again, because Bellingham's got the hype around him, Bellingham's looking at it thinking, like, why is he coming off? Because Bellingham thinks it's Harry Kane. That's the problem. You're not Harry Kane. Like, you're just Jude Bellingham that's just got mad PR. And as I said, like, if you look at where
the PR's back to play performances, though. I haven't watched. I haven't watched Bellingham like that. I only probably watched him in the Champions League, or obviously when I see some of his highlights online. But I am kind of intrigued why his numbers have dropped. But I still think he's a top quality player, especially when I look at some of the goals he scored. But
again, his numbers dropped here because you've got a number 9. Well, Mbappe's not a number 9; he's a left winger, But his numbers dropped because you've now got a striker in the game. Because the positions that Bellingham was occupying, they're now being occupied by Mbappe. So naturally, his numbers will drop. This is the thing. So now you're going to see, as a midfield player, what has he got to offer? And that's the problem. So I think a lot of people were getting excited because he got this amount of goals, but there's a reason. Because Ancelotti played him in the position where he can just be like, the cheating midfielder in a sense to get goals. But then you bring a striker in, his numbers dry up. But there isn't a surprise because the numbers now have been given to Mbappe. You see what I mean?
I'm gonna go back on do some research and everything. We'll go over this.
Bro, you'll see it's dropped off. I'm telling you.
We'll go over this topic.
I don't lie on there, man. I don't lie. It's uncomfortable conversations, but I don't lie, man. His numbers are dropped off because of strikers in the team.
Bro, I need you to get onto Man United.
Don't worry, man. We're gonna go there. Let me go through these chats, and I want to get your views on it anyway. Madueke is a better footballer than Saka. Remove GA from Saka's game, and he's really not all that. Do you know what? I don't know if Madueke is a better footballer than Saka. I think Saka's probably a better footballer, but Madueke for me is probably more. He's more. He's more direct, I would say.
Definitely.
And maybe that's what that Arsenal team probably need.
Yeah, definitely more direct.
Yeah, man. Big up to Foxy. Danny says, which player, in your opinion, was outstanding in tonight's game? I don't think there was no one that was outstanding. I thought there was some good performances. What do you think? Do you think anyone was outstanding tonight?
I didn't really have any stand-up players from today. I'll be honest. It was
There was no one. There was no one that just you could say they were just above everyone.
Unless you want me to just give it to a defender.
I thought Florian Wirtz was decent in terms of picking up the ball in the spaces.
Yeah.
I thought Frimpong was a threat, but again his final ball was poor.
Yeah.
I don't know really. Yeah, I wouldn't say there weren't no one for me really that I thought was
No,
great.
I
I just
agree.
thought, yeah. Um, there you go. Yeah, see, Bowen's 30, so there's a reason why Bowen's going to probably stay at West Ham. But if West Ham get relegated, um, Bowen will move on, I believe. But West Ham are going to probably try and price him out of a move because he's very underrated, Jared Bowen. I mean, go and look at his goal record for West Ham. This is a
Yeah.
West Ham that's battling at the bottom.
I just
You
believe
know
if
what I mean?
he is that guy that you say he is, he goes to a top club. Even no matter what
Bro,
you're
if,
telling
if
me
they get
about Mr.
relegated,
West
he will.
Ham, Danny Dyer, all of this, like
Yeah,
I just genuinely believe that if he is that guy,
yeah.
he would have been snapped up by a big club ages ago.
Yeah, but when you're saying that guy, I'm not saying he's that guy. I'm just saying that he's underrated. And
Yeah.
for me, you put Saka in that West Ham team. What's Saka doing? He ain't doing nothing. I'm telling you, he ain't doing nothing. But
He'll be their
as I
star
say,
player.
yeah, he'll be. You reckon he'll be a star player at West
He'll
Ham?
be, of course, it'll be West Ham star player.
But yeah, but the reason I'm saying that, yeah,
Yeah.
Saka's playing in the system at Arsenal. West Ham don't have a system like that
Yeah.
because the system makes Saka look better. Because there's times where Jared Bowen's picking up the ball, and he's hitting shots or he's
Yeah.
getting on the end of things. That ain't really Saka's game. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying I don't see Saka doing that at West Ham. You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I think please at Arsenal, people are going to say that he can do that, but not for me. Not for me.
Nah.
I know you're a Saka lover, man. So
That's it.
I,
No,
I
bro,
hear it.
listen,
Man.
I respect consistency. That's just the truth, innit? So, like,
Yeah,
look,
no, I hear it.
if you don't do it at a consistent level, I can't. And I've seen him do it international, at Arsenal, Champions League as well. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I need to see these players do that before I can start putting them at the same pedestal.
No, fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll agree to disagree.
Of
But
course.
I think 4 goals and 4 assists for someone that's rated as top 10 in the world,
Yeah.
yeah, is poor.
He's a winger.
Huh?
I say he's a winger, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's still poor though, isn't it? 4 goals and 4 assists, and he plays the majority of the games as well. Gav, do you think if Semenyo agreed to come and Amorim apparently told him he'll be playing in a 4-3-3, do you believe him? Because I think he would have played him left wing back still. Yeah, listen, that Amorim's a joker, man. Like, I don't give a damn about Ruben Amorim. The fact that he's been sacked is just music to my ears. And this is something that I mentioned as well at the time, yeah, when Semenyo got linked with Man United. And I said Semenyo's not going Man United, and I'll tell you why, yeah. The very fact that Amorim played the 3-4-2-1, yeah. And again, I'm gonna say this again, yeah. The system that Amorim played was 3-4-2-1. A lot of people think it's a 3-4-3. It cannot be a 3-4-3 because there's wing backs in the formation. And if you've got wing backs, the two players that form part of the attack cannot be wingers or wide forwards. They have to be number 10s naturally because the
Yeah.
width comes from the wing backs.
Yeah.
And the wing back's job is to act as a winger and a fullback. Why it's called wing back. You see what I mean? But people think it's a 3-4-3. It's never been a 3-4-3. It's a 3-4-2-1. Now, if Semenyo was to come to Man United, which I don't think is ever going to happen. I mean, the fact that there was talk about them changing the system, that would have only come from upstairs, which is why Amorim's now gone. So Wilcox, Barada, whoever, they would have been trying to say they'd have been encouraging Amorim to change the system, which Amorim didn't want to do, which is why he's gone. But if you remember when Man United played Bournemouth recently, yeah. Now Diogo Dalot made a challenge on Semenyo, a dirty challenge. I'm not sure if you remember when Semenyo was going for the header, and I think Dalot just tried to, nudge him in midair. Now the fact that you've got Amorim, who's Portuguese manager, his nephew Dalot in the team, and that's just happened to Semenyo. Not to mention that Semenyo might have been coming to play wingback.
Yeah.
Why was Semenyo ever going to come to Man United in that sense? That it was never on the cards for me.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that this guy scores the amount of goals he's been scoring last season and this season, and you come and play him wing back. If Amorim done that, then you need to lock him up and go and put him in jail. I don't think you're going to put him left wing back. That's just
I
the
agree.
truth. I just
So what you think? Yeah, You think he was going to play him as a left 10?
Left 10 or 4-3-3, because that change you change the formation or left 10. You get me?
Yeah.
He's another bit of competition for Cunha. Yeah, another option.
Yeah. But again, it's concerning, yeah. If he was to play him in the left 10, he's not a 10. He's a wide man. So again, the very fact that they were going to change the system meant that Amorim was doomed anyway. Because remember, this is the same Amorim that said not even the Pope will make him change his formation. So as soon as he started changing his formation, you knew he was getting sacked, really. That's the way that I saw it, because you change the formation, you're now being micromanaged. You bring in Semenyo to play left 10, he's not a left 10. And then what happens to Cunha? What happens to Mbeumo? Because what happens to Sesko as well? Because if he thought to play a front three, the two tens and a striker of Cunha, Mbeumo, and Semenyo, I'd have been laughing my head off, because you've got three players there and neither one of them are playing in the right position. Cunha's not a 9, he's a 10. Semenyo's not a 10, he's a winger. Mbeumo's not a 10, he's a winger. Or a wide forward, should I say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'd have been concerning if he actually done that, man. But shout out to the Gooners for their 0-0 win, 6 points clear. Yeah, listen, where's Clock Enders? He was chatting so much yesterday, man. Palmer can play on the central or on the right like Ronaldinho. Boy. Ronaldinho playing the left, but you know. Big up to Foxy Danny for the super sticker. Big up to Babs One Diva as well. Bellingham the Messi of Conor Gallagher. What does that mean? Bellingham the Messi of Conor Gallagher. Bro, can you make that out? What that says?
Yeah. Kobby Mainoo's the Messi of Conor Gallagher, so he's basically trying to quote you.
So is he saying Bellingham's like Conor Gallagher?
He's saying he's like Conor Gallagher. He's just like the Messi of the Conor Gallagher. So like whoever all the Conor Gallaghers are.
Okay.
All the Conor Gallagher type midfielders.
Okay.
Messi.
Hey, big up to Ahmed. Big up to Ahmed. Ahmed, spot on. Yeah, big up to Ahmed. Ahmed, spot on, man. Yeah. Listen, is he even better than McTominay? That's the real answer.
Let's not do that.
Bro, is he better than McTominay? What's different between Ben and McTominay? They're both box crashers, both 6 foot, both physical. What's difference? Yeah, there's not much difference, is there?
Nah, there's not much difference.
One's just got mad PR. That's what it is.
I don't think it's PR. He's back to you. Don't know.
Bro, listen, you're going to find out very soon about this guy, man, because everyone's clocked onto him anyway. You know what I mean? It's about time because, yeah, listen, I'll tell you this now, man. I'll die on that hill, yeah. He ain't good, man. He ain't good. He's playing in a less physical league. Well, it's not even physical, really, the Spanish league. Yeah. If he come back to England, where there's physicality, you'll see how bad he is. You'll see how bad he is. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
At GavGoesIn, why do you think Man City are favourites for Premier League this season? Because if Man City keep drawing to the less team, that's easy. So the last 5 leagues, they've won 4. Let's move on. Bro, last 5 leagues, they won 4. Enough said. You know what I mean? He got trampoline touch and it turns into jewels, but he's got good cardio like Mount. You know what, Ahmed, man, we're speaking the same language. You're switched on, man, because
Ahmed is Gav's burner account still.
Hey, look, my hands are free, man. Look. Now, listen. You know, as I said, Jude Bellingham's another one that divides opinion. You know, but I'll say this now, man. Thomas Tuchel has got a massive decision to make because for me, he cannot be like. I think Bellingham goes because it's going to be PR and it's going to be, you know, media pressure as part of the squad. But he can't be starting. Can't be starting. You know, not for me. Yeah, let's get on to this one anyway because it brings us in nicely to Manchester United. Obviously, Darren Fletcher's first game in charge against Burnley yesterday, 2-2 draw. Poor result. For me personally, there was positives. Definitely positives. I mean, what did you think of the game in general? Did you think that United were unlucky to not win the game, or did you think that it was 2 points dropped?
Um, I didn't get a chance to watch yesterday, so I watched it again today
Yeah.
after work. And look,
Mm.
firstly, I think United were unlucky.
Yeah.
We had a lot of shots. Except for their second goal, they only had like one shot on target. They weren't actually creating a lot of chances. Heaven was unlucky with that own goal. I think Sesko to get 2 goals as well. Very good for him. I do think United were unlucky. I think United were unlucky. We created a lot of chances. We should have taken more of our chances as well. Look, bro, I feel like I've been here so many times in the last how many years since Fergie's left, where we sack a manager and I see the players, the manager just maybe he doesn't even have to do too much, like just tweak a little bit or maybe go away from the previous manager's stubborn ways, and then we just look a bit more attacking and all of that. But at the end of the day, we didn't get the 3 points, and for me, we need to get the 3 points. You know what I'm saying? If Amorim was there and we drew 2-2, everyone would still be talking. Everyone would still be talking. Oh, Amorim out, or he's playing 3 at the back or 5 at the back. What formation did Fletcher play yesterday?
So Fletcher played 4-2-3-1. But the biggest problem that Fletcher done yesterday in that game, and
his substitutions killed the game.
No, do you know what? I thought his subs were good personally. I thought they were good, But the biggest problem for me that Fletcher had in that game, because I think everything else he done good. The biggest problem he done was there's no surprise, why Cunha had a poor game, because when you're going to play a 4-2-3-1, Cunha's not a right winger.
He's not.
So what he done is play Cunha right wing, play Dorgu left wing, and Bruno in the 10, And Darren Fletcher was trying to go back to the old, wingers getting around the outside and putting crosses in, more or less to help Sesko, But the problem is, if you're going to try and play that way, you're going to lose something else. And Cunha's a maverick. What should have happened is that Cunha should have been playing either on the left or in the 10, and Dorgu on the right-hand side. Because because Cunha's right-footed, and he's a maverick, if you're going to play him on the right-hand side, he's going away from goal. Whereas if you play him on the left-hand side, he's coming infield. He can get shots off. He can link with the striker. So that was the biggest mistake he done in the first half. But what I rate about Darren Fletcher in the second half is that he changed it around. He put Bruno on the right-hand side because, again, the way Bruno plays, he's more suited to playing as a right-sided player because he just puts balls into boxes. A lot of long balls he likes to play diagonal. So let him do it if you want to play him from that position. And then Cunha played as a number 10, got more involved. And Cunha wasn't great, but at least it kind of gave him more options to kind of get more involved. So that was the best thing Fletcher done, is noticing that Cunha wasn't having a good game and swapping him with Bruno. Second thing he done well was that bringing on Kobby, bringing on Xerxes, bringing on Lenny Yoro. You got 3 guys there that are low in confidence. But to bring them on, because I would have at least liked to see 2 of them starting. But the fact that he brought them on shows that, he believes in them really. And it's about them now trying to just get some confidence and get some form together. Bringing on Shea Lacey, and again, Shea Lacey, he has to be involved in his first team because he's got something. He's got touches of Phil Foden about him. And he's someone for me that needs to be part of this first team squad, no doubt. And the fact that he took off Casemiro, Ugarte as well, and then had a midfield 2 of Kobby Mainoo and Mason Mount, and put Shea Lacey on. This is what I rate about Darren Fletcher, because there's no part of me that thinks Fletcher should be Man United manager, but he showed intent to go and win the game. And even though we didn't win the game, Ruben Amorim was never doing that. It was always a defender off or a negative substitution. And the fact that he brought on Shea Lacey, who no one would have thought would have come onto the pitch and take off those 2 midfielders, was good. But the biggest thing for me, what he done, and I know he's just come back off injury, is take off Bruno Fernandes. Because the amount of times this guy plays 90 minutes every game, there's no accountability for when he plays poor. So the fact that Fletcher thought, okay, right, Bruno, you're coming off. And again, people might say he just come back off injury, but I've seen times where Bruno's been hobbling around in games and he should have come off, but yet he's been playing under every manager that has had him. So the fact that Fletcher took him off and went more attacking, there was positive signs there for me. Again, the negative was the result. But there was something there to build on. And everyone knows we need to get midfielders. Everyone knows that, yeah. But again, you just play a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. Man United can get by. Again, January, I want to see a Baleba come in, no doubt. But the 3-4-2-1 system that Amorim was playing, it made it seem as if Man United didn't have enough players. And you can clearly see with a change of system, there's more or less 2 players for each position. You think of right back when everyone's back from AFCON as well. You've got Mazraoui and Dalot, 2 right backs. You've got Dorgu, who's actually a left back. But Dorgu has now shown he can play as a right winger, as a left winger. But you got him and Luke Shaw at left back. You got Aiden Heaven for me, who needs to be getting more game time. I don't want to see Aiden Heaven play on the right side of the defense because he's left-footed. You got him, you got Yoro, you got De Ligt, you got Lissandro, and you got Maguire. And then midfield, we know we're weak in midfield, but there's still Kobby, there's Casemiro, Ugarte, who was a lot better yesterday, even though I don't rate him. Obviously, Mount can play in there as well. And obviously, you got some of the younger players that I want to see come through. And then, again, the 10s, you got Cunha can play there. Xerxes can play there. Ahmad can play there. Out wide, you got Ahmad, you got Mbuemo. Cunha can play on the left. Dorgu's shown he can play there. Lacey can play out on the right. Mount can play out on the left. And Bruno can play out on the right as well. And then you got Xerxes and Sesko as the strikers. And then Cunha can play there as well. So all of a sudden, there's just seems like there's more players now. And that's because of the system change. So
I'll just be honest, the team that you just mentioned to me, I still don't rate a lot of those
You don't rate it?
I don't rate a lot of those players. Look, I hear what you're saying in terms of where you can put these guys, and in terms of now it looks like we got options in different positions. But I don't rate a lot of these players that low. I don't rate that low. In terms of defense right now, I like De Ligt. I do like Lenny Euro. Heaven, I'm not too sure on yet. But my problem with De Ligt is just, do we really get a season out of him? He looks like he's injury prone. Maguire, I don't know how I feel about Maguire. Obviously, he does come up in some big game. He does come up with some big goals sometimes. He can play well sometimes, but it's like all these guys are not. I don't know a consistent pairing that we can put together that will get our team, like, you know what I'm saying, challenging towards the the top part of the table. Left back, you said Dorgu. Who else?
Luke Shaw.
Dorgu and Luke Shaw.
Oh yeah, Malacia as well.
It's still a bit to me. Obviously, I when Luke Shaw's firing, I think he's very good. He's a very good left back, but he's another guy that you just don't know sometimes. Dorgu, I like Dorgu. I think he's got a lot of energy, but like my thing is consistency. You know what I'm saying, and I don't feel like there's enough players that give me enough consistency. The midfield, Casemiro, Kobby Mainoo, Bruno, I like the sound of that. I'll be honest. Ugarte, I don't really rate him. I don't feel like we have a left winger, but Cunha could probably do a job there. Mason Mount, where do you play him? Do you play him as part of the 3 in the midfield? Do you put him on the wing? And Mbuemo, Ahmad, how do you now play both of them together? If they're both right wingers, or do you put? Because for me, I haven't seen the manager that's ready to bench Bruno yet, and I don't think Fletcher's going to be the guy. So you're not going to play Ahmad number 10. So Ahmad and Mbuemo, how are we gonna do that? Are you gonna go put Ahmad and Mbuemo, one of them on the left? Then we'll have some Cunha. I don't know. You understand? So the team is still a bit like lopsided. Lopsided. Like, you know what I'm saying? And me, I don't really like when we just have players. And this is my problem with Man United. Now, you see this Amorim sacking.
Yeah.
Now, you saw last time when I was here, I was kind of defending Amorim, but I I I defend Amorim because I don't like this United board. You understand? My problems with the board is actually not with the managers anymore. That's just the truth. Because I don't get excited when we sign these managers. When Amorim came in, I wasn't excited. I'll be so honest to you. I thought this was going to be another cycle, and this is what happens all the time. You give Ten Hag a new contract, then you give him 13 games and you sack him. Then you sign a manager that plays 5 at the back when you know this club historically, we're not a club that does anything like that in terms of being a team that plays 5 at the back week in, week out. We know that Amorim is stubborn. He's not going to change his system. That's the system that he plays back at Sporting. Liverpool didn't even sign him as a manager when Klopp left because they were concerned with this 5 at the back that he loves to do. You understand? So for me, my problems with this board now, Amorim's coming. He's played 5 at the back. He's been stubborn. What do I like? Why am I going to be angry with this guy? And maybe sometimes I've got my manager head on because it's like you got to be. Sometimes as a manager, you have to be stubborn. You have to stick to your principles because that's what sometimes you believe is the best. But it's like this guy wasn't ready to adapt. He wasn't ready to change the system. That was what he was willing to do. Then we're now hearing rumors now that the board wanted him to change it to 4 at the back. They didn't like it was 5. Who's running all of this? Why do they keep hiring these different guys? Then you let him buy players for a system where now we have like 3-4 number 10s. No wingers. And so I don't know. I don't know. Like, I have no trust in this board. Like, for me, it just looks like they're just freestyling. There's no plan. You get rid of this guy. Now you've got Fletcher in. Are you going to put Fletcher for the rest of the season? For me now, if you put Fletcher in, it's like you're writing off the system, the season. You want to bring a manager in at the end. So I don't trust this board. As for Amorim, I'm not getting onto managers no more, bro, because I've seen top manager come in. I've seen Louis van Gaal. I've seen Jose Mourinho. I've seen Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I've seen Ten Hag. I've seen even I've seen like 3 out of the 4 that I just mentioned. I've seen all of them win trophies. You get what I'm saying? Except for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I've seen all of them win trophies, and it still weren't enough. I saw Louis van Gaal finish 5th, win FA Cup, and get sacked. So I don't even understand the standard of this team anymore. I don't understand what's going on. You sacked a manager that plays 5-4-2-1, or however you want to say, or like however you want to say the formation he plays. Why do you hire these managers that you know that you're gonna sack? They're gonna bring in players that they're gonna bring their players for their system, and then the new manager is gonna inherit these players and not even like these players, and then all of a sudden it's happening all over again. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I don't know, bro. Like, I just don't trust this board. You get what I'm saying? It's for me, it's less of the managers anymore. Amorim last season, if you want to tell me he had 31% win percentage, he had 14 wins in 14 months, I could understand that. Look, that's a poor record. Me personally, last season, my only problem with him was losing the Europa Cup final. I feel like he should have won the Europa Cup final. Especially if you're going to give up the league, you have to win the Europa Cup final. There's no excuse. That's my only problem with him. So when you start telling to me 31% or 14 wins, I write off last season. My only issue with him was losing that final. This season, when I judge him on this season, we sack him at 3 points off top 4. We sack him at 3 points off top 4. So
4 points. 4 points.
Oh, 4 points off top 4. So is it really the results that we're sacking him for, or is it more his comments now? He's saying that he was supposed to be a manager. You got to remember, Amorim wanted to stay at Sporting. He wanted to come at the end of the season. So you forced this guy. You forced him to come during the season.
Yeah.
Play his silly 5 at the back that he likes to play, which we know is not this team. You understand? Like, all these players literally have to learn a new system, and now you're sacking him because you don't like that system anymore. For me, it just doesn't make sense what's going on at this club. And me, I don't trust this board, bro. I'll be honest. For when they first came in EOS and all of that, I was giving them like the benefit of the doubt. You're getting in Bereda, you're getting in Wilcox, you're putting a team together. But bro, I'm just not understanding what's going on anymore. And I don't feel like it looks like they know what they're doing. You're getting Fletcher. I'm hearing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Carrick, and all these guys. So what are we doing? Right? What are we doing? What is the plan?
No, no, listen. Like, I hear your dissatisfaction, but what I would say, yeah, about Ruben Amorim, because I don't really understand anyone that makes any kind of excuses for Amorim, because the very fact that, people might want to forget about last season, but I'm not going to, because last season for me should have been it should have been a standard. The fact that he can come to Manchester United, lose a European final to Tottenham Hotspur, who don't win, and then Man United finishing 15th in the league. At what point do we start saying, yeah, maybe we know the standards are low, but the standards can't be as low as this, which they were. Yeah. Now, when you mentioned about Man United bringing him in, yeah. Now, the thing for me, yeah, is he was a young up and coming coach, obviously for Sporting Lisbon, and because there was talk about Man City, Liverpool, Man United needed to get a new manager after sacking Ten Hag, and obviously because he's a young coach, they saw Amorim, and they thought, they want to see what Amorim can do. I don't believe United targeted Amorim because he plays a three at the back. They just targeted him because he was a young coach up and coming. Now, to think that West Ham United actually turned Ruben Amorim down, that should have been the alarm bells there ringing anyway. Because if West Ham are saying to Ruben Amorim they don't want him, what makes Man United think that he should even be a possibility? Yeah. Now, you mentioned as well, yeah, that Amorim got sacked with Man United 4 points off of the top four. When he took over from Van Hal from Ten Hag, do you know how many points he was off the top four?
When he took off, was it not? Was it at 4 points?
It was 4 points as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So really, we've not improved under him. We've just stagnated. Because if he's taken over from Ten Hag 4 points and he's left us 4 points, we've gone nowhere with this manager for 14 months. Yeah. Now, you look at it
No.
like this, yeah. You look at it like this. I couldn't stand Eric Ten Hag. When I mean I couldn't stand Eric Ten Hag, yeah. Like, Eric Ten Hag was a massive problem for this club. To think that Ten Hag got sacked with Man United being in 4 points off of top four, and you bring in Amorim. Now, if you're gonna bring Amorim in, I'm under the impression that Amorim's coming in because Amorim is meant to be this top coach. So it turns out, yeah, that he won't coaching anything. And that's why I stopped calling him a coach. I called him a manager because he's obviously not coaching these players into a system and he's not coaching them to get better. So the fact that he's came in, and again those comments that he said he's a manager and he's not a head coach, it's kind of proved me right, really, because this is why I stopped calling him a coach, because a coach a coach's first thing they have to do when they come to a club is improve the players you have. The very fact that he didn't do that, and he's even confirming that he's a manager, Ineos probably are looking at that thinking, we actually brought you in as a coach. Not to mention, his job title was head coach. So when he's coming out with all this nonsense about he's a manager, not a coach, why bring him in then? Because as much as I couldn't stand Eric Ten Hag, I would have much preferred Ten Hag in charge than Amorim. Because I'm thinking Amorim's coming in to coach these players, which he wasn't. He fell out with the youth. He criticized the youth. His player profiling was poor. The system, the 3-4-2-1 was poor. And all you hear people saying is that he didn't get his players. And all you hear as well is that these fans say that, these are the same players that have got multiple managers sacked. Again, that's a lie. The only players in this team that have had multiple managers sacked is Bruno Fernandes, Luke Shaw, Diogo Dallo, and at a push, Harry Maguire. All the other players are newer players to the team that have been under one or two managers. So when people keep saying these are the same players that got multiple managers sacked, it's categorically a lie. It's just
It's
that
not.
people are in love with Ruben Amorim for some reason, a guy that's broken every negative record. This is the worst manager we've ever had. Yeah. And to think that people don't want to keep sacking managers, I'll put it to you like this, and this is the analogy that I always use. Yeah, if you're running a business, yeah, and you hired a manager and he's losing you money left, right, and center, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep him in charge and hope it gets better? Or are you going to sack his ass straight away?
Bro, if I keep hiring silly managers, then I need to start looking at myself, bro. If I give someone a contract and 13 weeks later I'm sacking them, then I'm bringing another guy that has no clue. I ain't got a clue. And that's my problem. That's my problem. The board has, and I feel like you make it, you talking about all these things to do with these managers. I hear it, bro. But these things need to be needs to be apparent to the people that are making the decisions from the get-go. You get what I'm saying? And that's the truth.
Bro,
You're bringing in,
I hear it, yeah. But these are the same owners. These are the same owners, yeah, that were in charge when Ferguson was winning titles. So these owners have always been a problem, and they're going to continue to be a problem. But the reality is, yeah,
Ferguson was there before them. So you understand? They did not hire
Ferguson. Yeah, but Ferguson was winning under the Glazers.
Yeah, but Ferguson was there before them. Ferguson was winning under the Glazers. Yes, but they didn't have to make no appointments for a new manager. Since they've had to make appointments of new managers, because Ferguson, in terms of talent ID, the type of players that he wants, the type of way he wants to play, Fergie was one of the best at that. You get what I'm saying? In terms of using youth, all of these things, Ferguson's one of the best at that.
He was a great man manager, yeah.
Yeah. So like Ferguson kind of paper over a lot of cracks. Ferguson was a sporting director. Ferguson was everything. All these things that different roles that they're giving all these guys. Ferguson was doing all of those things by himself. You get what I'm saying? So he did it.
I mean, well, David Gill was part of it as well, man.
David Gill was there as well. David Gill was there as well. But what I'm saying is that they didn't need to appoint. They didn't need to appoint any manager since Ferguson has gone. Why has it been appointment after appointment after appointment and failure after failure? For me, now, unless you say that the trophies we've been winning are success.
Yeah, but again, yeah, I agree with you in terms of there has been many appointments, which is why I've always maintained that Louis van Gaal is the one manager that shouldn't have been sacked. He's the one manager that shouldn't have been sacked. He was only sacked because the fan base got excited because, you know, Mourinho was available and they wanted to do an El Clasico in Manchester of Mourinho and Pep at City United. That is the only reason, yeah. But Van Gaal was building something with the youth and the first team. Not to mention, he never had half the money that all these other managers have had. Yeah. So again, I agree, yeah, that they keep chopping and changing managers, and they have got a lot of things wrong. But the difference is that Ineos will have to take a blunder for this one in terms of Ruben Amorim. But from what I've heard, Jason Wilcox never wanted Amorim in the first place. Yeah. But what I would say is this couldn't continue because Ruben Amorim was taking his club nowhere. You know, and I think people were only using the excuse that Man United keep hiring and firing managers and he didn't get his own players, this and that. The very fact here that we had to watch Amad Diallo as a wingback should have been an eye-opener in the first place. Because playing him at wingback when he's a number 10 naturally, he should have been sacked for that alone. Yeah. So just moving on to Fletcher that you mentioned as well. Darren Fletcher is not going to get the job. He's not. He's just a caretaker for a couple of games. Obviously, all the noise is around Solskjaer and Carrick. Again, I don't want Solskjaer. But if Solskjaer does come back, which I don't want to happen, yeah, he has to come back with Michael Carrick. And I'll tell you why I want Carrick, yeah? Because I'm sick and tired of seeing managers at Manchester United that they play the wrong players. I look at Carrick as a player, yeah? Carrick was a technician. So I can only believe, and the fact that Carrick's been there already as an interim, Carrick's going to play more of the ball players. And that's all I ask for. Because if you play the best footballers, you're naturally going to improve. But too many managers, Mourinho, Ten Hag, Amorim, Solskjaer was just happy to be there. Yeah, but even Solskjaer played. The worst thing he done was give the keys to Bruno Fernandes ahead of Paul Pogba. But at least he was humble enough to know that he shouldn't have been there in the first place and let the players play. But I'm just sick and tired of seeing managers play the wrong players. Bro, I'm serious. I'm serious. So I'm just sick and tired of seeing these managers play the wrong players. And as I said, all I ask for really is for a manager to come in and identify who your best players are and just build a system around them. You know, Amorim was too fixated with the players suiting him. Like, there's more players than Amorim. Amorim should be adapting to the players, not the other way around. It don't make any sense. So the fact that he's gone now, you know, and Ineos had to act, because let's face it, yeah, the worst thing for me is that Ineos didn't sack him because of the results. They sacked him because of the comments. Yeah. Now, what makes me laugh about the comments that he said, he knew what he was doing, but it's one of them things where, why are we surprised Ineos sacked him? Because when I heard, I didn't even know the comments were made. But when I see the comments that Amorim said in the post-match press conference, I immediately said, yeah, he's going to be sacked in the morning, because I couldn't believe he made it this far in the first place. And the only reason why he's still here is probably because of the incompetence of the board. Now you're coming out questioning them, they're going to sack you. So he left them with no choice, really. But again, people are going to keep doing the Amorim revisionism. But the facts are, he's got the lowest win rate of any Manchester United manager. Yeah. He's broken so many negative records. I read it out the other day, yeah. He's broken so many negative records. It's like, the fact that he made it this far to 14 months is a miracle, put it that way. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and just lie and say that Amorim deserved more time. No, he didn't, man. He should have been sacked a long time ago. And as I said, the standards at this club are at an all-time low, because to think that, you know, the likes of Mourinho, even Ten Hag, these guys won trophies and still got sacked. Amorim was in the job for 14 months. We lost the European final, lowest ever finish, you know, falling out with players, falling out with the youth. You know, the youth is a big part of Manchester United's foundation. And he criticised the youth openly because he just don't care about anything but himself. So they had no choice but to sack him for me. And again, this next appointment they do, it's their biggest appointment, I would say, ever. It's their biggest ever appointment, because if they somehow get this one wrong, then we could be in the wilderness, put it that way. So it's going to be a massive appointment for Ineos, and I'm not sure who you want as manager, yeah. But for me, if it's Carrick, or if it's Carrick to the end of the season, I'm happy with. But then go and get a proper manager. And for me, the ways that De Zerbi plays football, I like De Zerbi's football. Zidane's always been my number one choice.
Never gonna change, man. Like, bro, De Zerbi gonna come do the same thing. We're gonna get tired of him after, if it's not 2 seasons. You get what I'm saying, bro?
But again, I don't believe that. Yeah, I'll tell you why I don't believe that. Yeah, because as I said, for me, I always make my judgment, yeah, off of what manager plays what players. As soon as I see a manager that sticks with Bruno, plays Højlund when he was there, plays Garnacho, Mason Mount. As soon as I see a manager play them players, you've lost me instantly. I didn't want Ruben Amorim, yeah, but I was excited when Amorim came in, because I'm thinking young coach, you know, the way that Sporting Lisbon play, you know, I'm thinking I'm gonna see the likes of Ahmad, I'm gonna see some technical players playing, yeah. He was just another Ten Hag. When Ten Hag
comes in, he doesn't play Bruno. Is that what you're saying to me?
Who's that?
De Zerbi.
No, Bruno's leaving. Bruno's either going to leave January or end of the season. So if De Zerbi comes in, there won't be no Bruno. And I'll keep saying this, yeah. As long as Bruno Fernandes is in this team, this club ain't doing nothing. I know people are in love with Bruno's numbers, yeah, but the numbers are to the detriment of the team. I'd much rather Bruno Fernandes have no numbers, but has a good 90-minute performance. I'm telling you. But as long as Bruno's in this team, the team ain't doing nothing. Look at Cunha. Is there any surprise why Cunha was shit yesterday? Because Bruno's come back into the team. Because if you look at Cunha and Bruno, they're both ball dominant players. So only one of them is going to thrive. And the fact that Bruno came back in, is there any surprise why Cunha struggled? Exactly. And this is what I'm trying to say.
Bro, Bruno was injured. Cunha weren't doing anything, man. Let's just be honest, bro.
No. What I mean, yeah. When Bruno was out, Cunha had better performances. Whether he was getting goals or whether he was more involved, yeah. That's my point. Because Cunha's a maverick. When you're a maverick, you need the play to go through you. When you've got him and Bruno on the pitch at the same time, they're both ball dominant players. So something has to give. And the fact that Darren Fletcher played Cunha on the right wing when he's not a winger and played Bruno in the 10, are we surprised that why Cunha was poor? And then when Cunha plays in the 10 and Bruno goes to the right, Cunha was more involved. That's my point. But the facts are, you take Bruno at this team, Cunha's the go-to guy now because of the way he plays. He's the maverick. But that's not going to happen when Bruno's in the team because Bruno always wants the ball. And then Cunha always wants the ball. So someone's going to lose out. And at the moment, it's going to be Cunha. So Bruno's a massive problem for this club. I couldn't give a damn about his numbers. His numbers are irrelevant because his numbers have got us nowhere. And then people will start saying, yeah, but that means the team have to contribute. No, he's at the hub of everything. More or less every corner, every free kick, every penalty. He's always on some kind of set piece. He plays every game. That's what you call the definition of someone that just hogs everything. And it's not good for the team. I'm telling you. You know, this is the same manager, Ruben Amorim, that was telling us that Kobby's battling with Bruno for a spot in the team. So again, that's basically telling everyone that Kobby's not playing. And that's what happened. You see what I mean?
What did you think of Kobby Mainoo when he came on yesterday?
Again, he's going to be rusty because he hasn't been playing, yeah? But Kobby looked like he had a point to prove. You know, what I liked about Kobby when he came on, you know, he was starting to kind of dictate the tempo of the game from midfield. But I'm a massive fan of Kobby Mainoo, you know, massive fan of him. And the fact that this manager just plain out just disrespected him and weren't playing him, again, he doesn't fit the philosophy of the club, Amorim, because the philosophy of the club is youth, courage, success. He doesn't give a damn about the youth. Everyone says, yeah, that he played the youth at Sporting. Again, that's another lie. He played Quenda and Diamande. Quenda's a player that will be used by any manager because he's just that good as a young player. Yeah, 17 years of age. He's going to Chelsea. But he's a player that every manager would have used. Diamande was a young player. But he didn't use all the younger players at Sporting. So when he's coming to Manchester United, he don't really want to play the youth. It's a fact. And if you're not going to play the youth at Manchester United, again, I'm not for playing the youth for the sake of it. If they're good enough, you play them. And Kobby's definitely good enough, but the system stifled him, and this manager just didn't rate him. So, and I remember saying, yeah, when Kobby was angling for the move, I said, unfortunately, this is going to come down to Kobby versus Amorim. Should never be manager versus player, yeah, but it's going to come down to that. It's going to come down to that because his entourage came out and said he wants to go on loan. But his entourage knew what they were doing. They were telling Ineos, you've either got to choose Amorim or you choose me. And Kobby won. And I predicted that at the start. So, yeah, man.
Bro, look, like I said, for me, it's this decision to get these guys in. If you say that Amorim came where we were 4 points off the top last year, he's left now again, we're 4 points off, nothing's changed. That's on the board again for me with these poor decisions that you keep getting, the wrong managers in. Okay, so what stops us of getting, if you're saying De Zerbi, what stops us getting him last season? When you sack Eric Ten Hag? Why give Eric Ten Hag?
So basically they had a meeting with De Zerbi, and I think there were certain things that De Zerbi wasn't happy with. But De Zerbi was one of the names that they had.
That's to show the club then. You get what I'm saying? You can't be like if you want to be a serious manager in this team, you can't be just a yes man. And
yeah, but again, Wilcox has been chasing De Zerbi for years. This is why De Zerbi is going to be in the frame.
Wilcox thinks he's a coach, bro. Like I'm tired of hearing this Wilcox guy's name. He thinks he's a coach also. So like
No,
what
yeah, but
pedigree?
he's got pedigree in terms of the coaching the youth. To be fair,
Yeah, but what does that mean? What pedigree does he have in the game?
yeah, but again, like I don't think we can look at that because he was an appointment by Barada, and again, he was at Man City, Wilcox, he was at Southampton, and he's obviously got pedigree in the game for him to be thought of. Again, I'm not too fussy.
Ronaldo's looking like an inside job right now. For me, all these guys, I don't agree with their decisions. That's just the truth, bro. I just believe that it's we're just back in incompetence when it comes to this board. You can keep saying managers. Managers are gonna come in. When they leave, they say, I couldn't get the players that I wanted. Just want to say I wanted to be a manager, I'm a coach. Disagreements, the people above now don't want you to play five at the back anymore, blah, blah, blah. What is going for me? The mistake was made when you gave Eric Ten Hag a new contract. Why give Eric Ten Hag a new contract, then sack him after 13 games? You now write off that season. So like I keep saying, with these people, I don't understand their decision making. I'll be honest. You get rid of Oli, you get this Eric Ten Hag guy. Where are we as a club? What are the targets? Are you just happy winning FA Cup and Carabao? Because is that where we are as a club now?
I think this season, personally, yeah, the fact that we've got more or less one game a week, yeah, I'll be happy. Like Man United getting into the Champions League this season with the squad we have. I remember talking to you and Truance last time, yeah, and I'll maintain this: the squad that we have, in comparison to how this league is going this season, we have to be getting Champions League. It's a must, yeah. So Man United getting Champions League, what's that going to allow? It's going to allow you to attract better players, even though we can still attract players anyway. But it'll give you more money and it will allow you to attract better players. So for me, Champions League football is the requirement. If we go on a decent FA Cup run, fair enough. But Champions League is where it's at. We get back into the Champions League, at least that way as well. You have more of a pull on getting a top manager because the managers that are in the frame for United are Xavi, De Zerbi, Glasner. Look at Luis Enrique. He's now available. He's not signing a new contract.
I think if you give me Luis Enrique, I start to listen. You get what I'm saying?
Bro.
All the other guys are still.
You and me both.
Don't know.
You and me both.
All the other guys, I don't know what we'll get with them. De Zerbi, Glasner, Areola, all of these guys, I just believe, bro. Yeah. Like, I don't know what we're gonna get with them.
But again, the reason why I like De Zerbi is because the football that he plays. I like the way he plays football because look at what he was doing with Brighton. And again, this is a team that have no money really to spend. Yeah. So that's why I want De Zerbi. The reason Glasner will be a good appointment because look at what Glasner's doing with Palace. I know Palace are struggling at the moment, but he's got this Palace team, as a decent team in this league. Yeah. And he's not signed a new contract as well. And he's won a European trophy as well. So that's why Glasner's in the frame. Zidane, for me, has been a long-term ambition. People might say unrealistic, but I've wanted Zidane at Man United for time, but I can't see it happening. It's more of a, as I say, it's more of a fantasy. Xavi for me, again, just like De Zerbi, the kind of football that I'd expect from Xavi, because I'm looking at the type of players that they were, which is why I'm saying get Carrick into the end of the season. But if you can get Luis Enrique, then you don't mess around. You go and get Enrique. I'm with that. Because one thing's for certain, Enrique is going to have this team defensively set up properly. And I'm confident that the likes of the Amads, the Xerxes, if he does stay, the Kobbys, these guys will thrive in an Enrique system. So that's what I'm hoping for, But
look, at the end of the day, bro, I feel like now we're stuck in another cycle again. I don't know where the light is at the end of the tunnel when it comes to this team. We bring a new manager. When a new manager comes, he's going to come with new ideas. You might think that we have good enough players for a new manager to come and generally do something, maybe finish top 6 and do this crop of players. I think we have a lot of players who lack consistency. I do look at that Villa team. I think it's better than us. I do look at the Arsenal team. I think it's better than us. I look at the Man City team. I think it's better than us. When you say certain even when I look at Liverpool's team, better than ours. So when you say like certain names to me, it sounds good, but me watching them, they
Yeah.
don't give me enough consistency to trust them. You sign Eric Ten Hag, you let him sign Onana, and if I say what I want to say about Onana, I might get banned, bro. You sign Onana, you sign what's it? Weghorst, you sign Malacia, you sign Xerxes, you sign Anthony. You basically let this guy just sign. I don't know that, but he let him sign whoever. I don't know who was controlling it, but you let him sign all these players.
But
Ten,
this is why it's good, yeah, what Ineos are doing now, because all the signings they've made are club signings. They're not signings for the manager. This is why when Ruben Amorim's trying to chase Conor Gallagher, the fact that the ball just vetoed that is good, because he's just signing players, but he's not thinking of the long-term future. He's signing players for himself. And Man United have made that mistake, as you just mentioned, with Ten Hag. They need to be signing be making club signings. You go and sign a Baleba. Baleba's a club signing. Conor
yeah.
Gallagher is just a signing for Ruben Amorim to get him through. You
Okay.
see what I mean?
Look, in terms of this last summer, I like the signings we made in terms of Cunha and Bremo. I like signing Premier League proven, innit? When Alex Ferguson done that a lot, innit?
Yeah, of course.
I like signing. So when I heard Semenyo, I was all over it. I'll be honest to you, bro. But yeah, like you said, bro. If this is their new way of doing it, and it has to be a collaborative effort in terms of whoever they're signing, they have to collaborate with the manager and his club signings. Then okay, bro. But now for me, the way they choose the managers has
Yeah.
to make sense. You know what I'm saying? Where's the confusion now? Where Amorim thought he was going to come to be a manager, and now he's a head coach. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah, but he knew full well he was a head coach. He's just trying it, man. His contract says head coach.
he said he
And
came to
again,
be a he said he came to be a
if
manager. So
he
what's
thinks
going
he's
on then?
if he huh?
He said he came to be a manager. So what's actually going on?
But again, if he came here to be a manager, then more for him. Because why have they sacked Ten Hag then? That's my point. Because if you're sacking Ten Hag, who's 4 points off a top four, and who was a disgrace, if you're going to go and get Amorim, you
Yeah,
can only be getting Amorim because he's a coach to go and improve players. The very fact that he's saying he's a manager and not a coach,
yeah,
he's kind of snookered himself, because why was he brought in the first place? You see what I mean?
yeah. No, I like.
So
Look,
madness.
when I
But let me go to some of these chats quickly, innit?
yeah, go on, bro.
Guys, big up yourselves. Make sure you're smashing the like button. We got 82 of you in at the moment. Make sure you're subbing. Make sure you're smashing the like button, and make sure you're sharing the channel as well. Amorim forces players into unsuitable roles within his rigid 3-4-2-1 system. Can't get best out of them, and he's so predictable with his subs. Exactly the problem that I was seeing with him. Exactly the problem. Again, the 3-4-2-1 he played, yeah, the amount of players that were playing out of position, yeah, you had Lenny Yoro, who's a centre back, playing right-sided centre back. You know, you've got Patrick Dorgu, you know, playing wing back. And again, Dorgu was only playing wing back because of his physicality, but Dorgu's actually a left back. You know, you've got Bruno Fernandes. Again, people think Bruno Fernandes is a number 10. He's not a number 10. There's a difference between being a number 10 and being able to play in a number 10. So let's get that sorted, yeah? He can play in a 10, but he's
Yeah,
not a 10. There's a massive difference there, yeah? And he plays him in a central midfield too, with Casemiro. And again, even I don't rate Bruno, yeah, but that's even showing up his game. Again, Ahmad we've spoken about. Ahmad's a 10 playing at wing back. Mbuemo's a wide forward. He plays him right 10. Cunha's a 10. He plays him as a false 9. Kobby Mainoo is a number 10 in the 3-4-2-1, because the two in midfield that he played, you know, that's not Kobby can't really play in that position in the two, because in a 3-4-2-1, because
yeah,
it requires a different kind of responsibility in there. You
yeah,
know, so there's loads of things that he done wrong.
yeah,
And then his subs were an absolute joke, man. Like I'm not even going to get onto his subs, because I just don't understand what he was doing with his subs. It's like he's taking the piss on purpose. And not to mention as well, yeah, he plays wing backs, yeah, in his
yeah,
3-4-2-1.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of something so dumb? Yeah, playing inverted wingbacks. Inverted wingbacks. You play inverted forwards, not
Yeah.
inverted wingbacks.
Yeah.
I, I need to see. There's no manager that I've seen that plays inverted wingbacks. I've
No.
never seen it. Yeah. So yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Like the amount of things that this guy was doing, yeah, it was absolute nonsense. And the fact that he's gone now, yeah, let's just move on. Let's go through some of
Bro.
these chats.
Yeah.
Um, so I heard Semenyo is an official City player, so that's one off our list. Yeah, but Semenyo was never coming in the first place. Ollie is going to win the league for us. Yeah, okay. I've heard Brucey is joining Ollie. This is top tier management. Yeah, you're trolling. Yeah, but listen, this is what these fans are doing, you know.
Oh gosh.
Given the chance, would you take Van Gaal back in an instance? In an instance.
Get
Manchester
that guy
United
away
need
from our club. Get that
Van
guy.
Gaal.
He was a
Bro,
bore fest. He
Manchester
was
United, yeah.
boring.
Manchester United need a coach. They don't need no fraud manager like Amorim or Mourinho. They need a coach to coach these players into a system. I'm telling you, that is what is missing. This is why Van Gaal getting sacked is where the downfall started. It's where the downfall started, man. People were saying his football was boring. Listen, I want bored of Van Gaal football because when we're going to Anfield and we're battering Liverpool at Anfield, you can't get bored of that for me.
Nah,
So
bro. You go Chelsea, you have 80% possession and still lose. You can get bored of that, bro.
yeah, but that's a one-off game, man. That's a one-off
Nah, he
game,
done that a lot. Just possession, possession, possession. Guys are passing side to side to side to side. It was boring, bro.
bro. I'd
So
much rather that. Yeah, I'd much rather that than see what I've been seeing under Ten Hag and Amorim.
why they second?
Huh?
Why they second? They were
Because
bored
Mourinho was
themselves.
available. Because they got excited that Mourinho was available, and because Pep was at City, they wanted to do an El Clasico. Pep and Mourinho at
It probably
Manchester.
goes a bit more deeper than that, bro. Fergie, Louis Van Gaal his football was boring, bro.
Bro,
Boring.
they sat Van Gaal after winning the FA Cup.
Yes.
They only sacked him because Mourinho was available.
Nah,
That's the only reason.
Mourinho was available and he was boring. His football was so boring. It wasn't good enough.
Bro, what would you rather have?
He finished fifth as well, you know.
Van Gaal or Amorim or Ten Hag?
Bro, it's pick your poison out of all of them, bro. I can't. They're all, they all got their faults. You know what I'm saying? Let's pick your poison. That's the truth. Van Gaal finished outside the top four. I saw Eric Ten Hag finish in the top four. I saw Eric Ten Hag win trophies as well. You get what I'm saying? He won FA Cup. He won back to back, back to back trophies. So what do I do? I want Ollie back.
Nah, get out of here, man. Get out. Ollie, you know. Bro, Ollie just got sacked the other day. Like, Ollie's one of them guys now, yeah. It's just that he's just happy to be there. Like, if you know what I mean, he'll work for Man United for nothing because he's just one of them guys. Like, keep that guy as far away from the club as possible. But you know what I mean? At least with Solskjaer, yeah, he's gonna know that he's shit, and he's just gonna play. He's gonna just play the players and let them figure it out. But if he comes to Man United, Ollie, it needs to be with Carrick because at least Carrick will know what he's doing. But me personally, if it comes down to Carrick or Solskjaer, just pick Carrick, man, and keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. I've said for time, manager needs to be right first.
Carrick was bad at Middlesbrough, though.
I thought he was decent at Middlesbrough, to be fair. I thought he was decent.
He got sacked there too.
Yeah, but again, it's not so much about that, man. It's how he coached his players to get better, man. Like there's a player called Hayden Hackney. I think Hackney come in under Carrick, you know, and Hackney's quite a decent player, man. So yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, I have a player that plays for B2R that during the summer that plays for Middlesbrough, innit? And he just didn't have a lot of positive stuff to say about Carrick.
About Carrick?
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, what kind of player is he? Is he like a runner?
he's a young player in the team, isn't it?
Yeah, but is he what kind of player is he? Is he technical or is he a runner?
A bit of both.
So what would you say he leans more towards then? Be honest. Is he more of an athlete?
More of an athlete.
Well, enough said then. Yeah, that's my
More of
point.
an athlete.
That's my point then. That's my point. Because if
Yeah.
you're a technician, you can't be saying Carrick don't know what he's doing, man. Because again, I look
I
at
asked him
Carrick
about Carrick's coaching. I'm telling you, bro.
and what he said no.
Nah, bro. I'm asking about Carrick coaching, just the way he coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
And
mm.
yeah, it's not even like Carrick is like it's like a man of few words. It's not like he talks a lot or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's not.
but
So what? He's not very hands on then.
he's not very hands-on as much as people think he is, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
and I feel like this team
Needs
needs
that.
that. I'll be honest, that's just me. I don't want, and that's the only reason why I say that. Not that I'm
Mm.
saying, but bro, also look, when Eric Ten Hag left, Van Nistelrooy came.
Yeah.
When Van Nistelrooy
But he
came,
was good minister as well.
thank you. He was
Mm.
good. He went Leicester, got them relegated after. For me, I've seen too many of these guys in it, like
Yeah.
previous or whatever. They come and manage Man United. They feel like they let the shackles off, blah blah blah. Who's going to come and manage this team and actually make something happen now? That's just my one. Generally, and
Mm.
someone that we can work with. Cool. Imagine what you're saying now. Yeah, it's a collaborative effort in terms of how we sign players. So how we sign players are for the club. Imagine you have you signed a manager that played 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. Will we not be in a better situation right now?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like these decisions that these guys are making, I do not understand. And then who are they going to bring in now? Who are they going to bring?
But again, this what I'm trying to say to you, yeah. When they hired Ruben Amorim, yeah, they didn't hire Ruben Amorim because he played a 3-4-2-1. They just hired him, yeah, because he was a young coach coming through, and they felt like he could do something with the players he has. But we've clearly seen that he can't. So their idea is not married to a 3-4-2-1. The next manager that they're going to hire is going to be a four at the back manager. And I've been saying this for time. Man United needs to be playing four at the back because it allows you to get your best players in their positions. The fact that Amorim played 3-4-2-1 and fans are saying that he should have had the money to go and buy his own players. No, that's not how Man United runs. Man United are a club that make club signings so that multiple managers can use. And that's what should have happened. So the fact that there's fans out there still saying that he needed a midfielder. Have a look at the midfielder that he was trying to identify. Conor Gallagher. Bro, we can't be having Conor Gallagher at this club. We think this is.
Yeah.
That can't happen. You know what I mean? And I think Ineos see the same thing as well. You know what I mean? So I haven't got a problem that they stopped him from getting a midfielder because I'll bring it back to you again. Yeah, this is the same manager that decided to keep Bruno Fernandes because if you sell Bruno Fernandes, you've got two midfielders in there, and this whole urge to go and get a midfielder is not there. So you kind of snookered yourself, Amorim, by keeping Bruno Fernandes or being part of the reason why he stayed, and now you want to come and try and ask for a midfielder after you're not even playing Kobby Mainoo, who's meant to be our best academy player coming through the youth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's only got himself to blame, man. But the board and ownership all need to be removed to get us back to where we should be as a club. Again, big up Fitz, man. I 100% agree with that. But the reality is, yeah, us as fans, we cannot get the Glazers out because if the Glazers were going to leave, they'd have been done a long time ago. And as I said, Ferguson won under the Glazers. You know, we've won trophies under the Glazers. The problem is now is that Ineos need to identify, you know, a coach that's going to get these players better. And of course, you're going to invest in the team, but a coach is what is needed. We don't need to be bringing in no sort of Mourinho type of manager. It needs to be a proper coach to get these players better. And I do believe Ineos will get this next appointment right, man, because they've got no other choice but to get it right. So we have to just be patient, man, in a sense.
Yeah.
My top three:
Now,
Enrique,
wait.
Tuchel, Xavi.
What was that previous comment? It doesn't matter what.
This one there?
It doesn't matter here. We won't get fourth. My top four is not in order. See, okay.
Yeah, but again, but look at this way, yeah. Liverpool haven't been great, and they're fourth. Yeah, we've got one game a week. if we've got one game a week, yeah, Semenyo's gone to City, 64 mil. If we've got one game a week, yeah,
Yeah.
there's no excuse with the squad that we have. That is my point. There is no excuse. You know, people might not rate some of these players, yeah, but there's no denying that we've got goals in this team.
Do
You know,
you take Emery?
of course, but Emery's
Yeah.
not going to come to United.
Yeah. And why is that?
Yeah. Because to be fair, he's got a good thing going on at Aston Villa. I mean, Aston Villa are third in the league right now. You know, again, Aston Villa haven't been great the whole season for me, but Emery's a top manager for me, and the fact that Arsenal's got rid of him to go and get Arteta is laughable. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
for me, I will definitely take Emery, but
Is it still
I can't see
laughable
the
if
Emery
Arsenal
thing
win the
happening.
league?
Do I think Arsenal win the league?
If Arsenal win the league, is it still laughable?
But they're not winning the league.
All right, cool.
They're not winning the league.
Yeah.
Saying you now, bro, they're not winning the league, man. Because
Who's winning it? City.
I think City are going to win it. They're going to win it, yeah. I'm sticking with City. City have drawn their last 3 games, fair enough, innit? Yeah, they've dropped points.
Yeah.
But City win the league, man, because City has still got to play Arsenal. Arsenal have got to play Forest next game away from home, which will be difficult. Obviously, we've got them as well. They've still got to play Newcastle at home. They've got tough games, and I think
You
they've
say
got
we've got them, but bro, we struggle to keep clean sheets.
against who?
We struggle in general to keep clean
Yeah,
sheets.
I know. But listen, the fraud's gone now, so we can
Okay.
be more confident. I wouldn't be surprised if Man United pick up points against Arsenal. I'm telling you, like, don't be surprised because these
wouldn't
players
be.
are not as bad as what people think they are.
Yeah, I
Telling
wouldn't
you.
be surprised. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I'm not
I
expecting
can see it, man. I can see it. My top 3: Enrique, Tuchel, Xavi, but not Southgate. Yeah, Southgate's not coming nowhere near this club, man.
I don't think I want to show though, but Enrique and
No,
Xavi, maybe I'll take them.
Tuchel's not coming there either, man.
Yeah.
Let me see. Thoughts on Newcastle versus Leeds game? Yeah, I see that game, man. Was it 4-3 Newcastle? I mean,
3-3.
Harvey Barnes, and another guy that's got more goals, more GA than Saka. You know what I mean?
I take Harvey Barnes at United.
Nah, come on, bro. Come on, man. What are we
do.
doing here?
I do,
Harvey
bro.
Barnes at United?
I do, bro.
To go and do what? What, clean the boots?
Nah, bro. That
What
yeah,
to start?
access
Where you starting him?
just to come and bring competition to that left side.
Nah, bro. Listen. He's had a decent season, man. But I don't want to see no Harvey Barnes in the at the Theatre of Dreams, man. No way.
You want to see Dogu.
But yeah, but Dog was a left back.
So when Cunha gets subbed, did you want to see them?
So again, the options we have at the moment, because again, that position, the 4-2-3-1, isn't really a winger position. It's like wide forwards. And again, we've only got the 3 players that can play out there are Ahmad and Mbeumo on the right. Cunha, Mount can play there. So yeah, I mean, there is obviously space to get another player, but I'm not of the opinion it's got to be Harvey Barnes, man. Come on, you know what I mean?
Like I said, I'll take him at United, bro. Like it's
Barnes,
good to it's good to laugh at these players, bro. But our players ain't doing anything. Like we have to be honest, bro. Like what are they
but
doing?
again, let's see them under a better coach. That's my point.
Okay.
If we get a better coach, yeah, then the judgment can be fair, you know.
Yeah.
But
and who is the better coach? Fletcher.
Not Fletcher. Fletcher's not a coach, really. He's not that. The coach is Michael Carrick for me. But what I'm trying to say, if Carrick is there to the end of the season, and then we go and get the Zerbi or a Xavi, you know, or a Luis Enrique or a Glasner,
then
these guys, huh?
Why not get Oli?
To go and do what?
Bro, Carrick was Oli's assistant, no?
Exactly. But Carrick's a better coach than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Solskjaer can't coach. He was never doing the coaching in the first place. He got sacked in Turkey.
Oli wasn't bad for us, you know.
No, Ollie's record as an interim was very good. But the fact that Ollie was given the job in the first place was the problem. So we can't be, and let's not forget, he got sacked, Ollie, yeah? And then he got sacked in Turkey, but yet we want to start bringing Ollie back. Why? It's to appease the fans, really. But if Man United are serious, yeah? If Man United are serious, they'll just bring Carrick in, yeah? Or if you want to bring Solskjaer back for some reason, then Carrick has to come with him. Because remember, there's no backroom staff there now because they've all gone with Amorim. So, but yeah, from what I've seen of Fletcher, he's been decent, but I don't want Fletcher. Fletcher's not gonna take over the team permanently. He's not. He's got. I think he's got one more game, and then yeah, he'll
I'm
be
tired.
he'll
I'm
be
tired
off.
of all these guys. I'll just be honest to you. I'm tired of these guys. I see
I can
Fletcher.
I can I can tell you,
I,
Armin.
I see Fletcher sit down. I said, "Oh, bro." I spoke to Fergie. He's standing there with his red tie. It's just all pissing me off, bro. I'll be honest. Like, I'll be honest. It's just all pissing me off, bro. You get me?
Yeah,
These guys, like, I don't know. All these Fergie regions are pissing me off, bro. Just tell my
bro, I
man to
feel your
just
pain,
come down
man.
from. Just tell my man to come down from the stands. I beg you, because we've had
Bro,
enough, bro.
I feel your pain, man.
I
Because
swear, God.
I'm where you are, yeah. But the fact that Amorim's gone,
Yeah.
I'm in a more positive mood. I've never
Mm.
watched Manchester United, yeah, since the game against Burnley, where I've
Mm.
been excited
Yeah.
because Ruben Amorim was an absolute disgrace in what he was doing. And again, Fletcher, we know Fletcher's not going to be the permanent appointment.
Yeah.
So we have to just back it what he's doing. And
Yeah.
there was positive signs what he did. And I can support that. It's just that we need to just make the right appointment to the end of the season,
Yeah.
push for Champions League football. And if you get Champions League football, these Enriques that are available, because you got to think, yeah, Pep might be off as well. So
Yeah.
there's going to be Slot might get sacked. So there's going to be managers available, and a lot of these teams will be going for. And as I said, the Champions League football is a must. If we
Yeah.
don't get Champions League football, then I don't think there's no chance of getting Enrique if he's available still.
Yeah.
The likes of Glasner, you can get Xavi. I think you can get. Um, but yeah, it just depends. The Zerbi, it depends. He might want another Champions League team,
Yeah.
but that's the main aim for me at the moment.
No, bro.
Uh,
It's fair enough.
Big up to Glossy Pom Pom, mad name. Van Gaal is one of the best coaches ever. Yeah, listen, bro, he's a top coach, man. I think people don't rate Van Gaal, but Van Gaal was someone for me that you could see that what he was doing with the players he had. Look at the careers these players had after it, because they weren't no careers after that. He
Yeah.
was doing it with players like bloody Tyler Blackett and Borthwick Jackson,
Borthwick
Paddy
Jackson.
McNair, and that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And look where all their careers ended.
But that's what I'm saying. So you have to give credit to Van Gaal, because this is what you call a good coach.
Yeah. I don't know.
Guys, what do you think? Guys, what do you think about Gyokeres? For me, he moves like Keir Starmer playing football, and it's killing me. Boy, listen, that's not a bad shout. Yeah, listen, we spoke about Gyokeres earlier, man. For me, man, it's like a wrestler or a builder playing up top for Arsenal, man. That's it. Like, yeah, he's shit, man. Like, but that's Arsenal's problem, man. That's their problem. I'd man telling me I had people telling me he's gonna get 25 goals, league goals this season. 25 league goals. I think he's got like 5.
Did you want him
So,
at United?
bro, no way did I want him
So,
at Man United.
did you want
The 3
Sesko?
strikers that I wanted, yeah, at United.
Yeah.
And again, when you're talking about Premier League proven, this is where we
Yeah.
should have gone. Yeah, I wanted either Mateta, Johan Visser, or Ivan
Yeah.
Toney. Now, Ivan Toney was probably a bit more of an unrealistic one because, again, he's in Saudi, and
Yeah.
obviously, I think he's got to stay there for a certain amount of time. But
Yeah.
Mateta was the one that we should have got, because Mateta's at a good age, Premier League proven, and he's definitely someone Man United should have targeted, or even Johan Visser before he went to Newcastle. But the fact that we went for Sesko, yeah, again, the Sesko signing was even better because it meant that Rasmus Højlund went, because that guy is arguably the worst striker that I've seen.
I
He
hate
was
him.
terrible.
I
He
hate
was
him.
terrible. Yeah. So the fact that Sesko came in and Rasmus went out, I was happy with. But the problem is, yeah,
That
a
was
lot of
another
these
Ten
fans.
Hag signing, by the way.
Say again?
That was another Ten Hag signing.
What was?
Højlund.
Yeah. He made a few blunders. But again, there was a reason why he signed him. Because of his son runs the agency that Højlund's part of, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. SEG.
Yeah.
So that's why. But the thing with me, what made me laugh here is that a lot of these fans were saying Gyokeres because Gyokeres scores goals. So then when Gyokeres went Arsenal, they were then happy to go and get Sesko. and the same Sesko that scored 12 goals in the Bundesliga, which didn't make any sense. It just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But for me, from what I've seen of Sesko,
Yeah.
Sesko is actually a good footballer. You know what I mean? And he will get his fair share of goals in a thriving team. But he wasn't the first choice by any means. But
his 2
it
goals
shows you how
yesterday were very good.
very, very good.
Those are strikers finish for me. And I don't feel like I saw any signs of that on the Amorim. So I don't know what changed quickly, but those were 2 very good goals. And he had 7 shots on target. You get what I'm saying? Højlund had 13 all season last year.
Yeah.
Bro, he has 7 shots on target, and I don't think he's had like that many shots on target in a game this season. So that if a new manager can kind of bring that kind of aspect to our team where we're able to get the best out of Sesko, it might be exciting.
But what I would say as well, though, this I'm saying. So if you look at Sesko's second goal, it come from Patrick Dorgu going on the outside and crossing it in.
Yeah.
So even though I don't want to see football like that now because I prefer the inverted, that piece of play from Dorgu actually helped Sesko. And to be fair, the one-touch finish was class. So
class, bro.
Yeah, it was a great finish,
class,
man. So you have to credit that, man.
Yeah.
Give it to Giggsy to the end of the season, you know. Nah, listen, that guy can be nowhere near the club. You know what I mean? Legend on the pitch, but a scumbag off it. You know what I mean?
Please,
so
I need someone to say it. That's I do not want to see Giggsy, please, bro.
Yeah, listen.
Let
him apologize to Rodri first. You know what I mean? Because man, I want that guy nowhere near my club. You know what I mean? He was an idol of mine.
Honestly.
Dirtiest dog in the town, man. That's what he was. You know what I mean?
What a left winger.
Yeah. I'll take Conor Gallagher over Ugarte and Casemiro. Nah, no way, man. No way.
I'll take him over Ugarte, maybe not Casemiro.
Yeah, over Ugarte, yeah. But
Ugarte,
really
I just do not rate him at all.
Yeah, he's terrible, Ugarte. He's terrible. But
I do not rate him at all. Did you see that video of him doing the bounce pass? Like, just, I don't know if it was trolling or anything. Maybe I've got to send it to you if you haven't. But it was warming up before a game. Yeah. And he was doing a pass back and forth to Martinez. And he just couldn't keep the ball on the floor. He just kept wobbling every time he passed it. And I was thinking, he has to be trolling. But yeah, Ugarte is, because I've got players in my team, five-a-side team that understand pass appreciation. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, he's terrible, man. He's terrible. We got scammed, man. We got scammed because to think that we bought him for 60 million. Like 60 million pounds, yeah?
Ten Hag.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, man. I've never seen a player like that being bought for that amount. Like, it's criminal, man. It is absolutely criminal. But he'll be moved on anyway. I think end of the season he'll be gone. I don't care what kind of season he has. If to the end of the season, if he plays well, that's a player that can't be figuring as part of this team. Nowhere near it.
But bro, I think this team needs signings. I'll be honest. And if I say 5 signings, I might just 5 signings, bro. We need signings. Man United, bro. In the midfield, Casemiro and Ugarte can probably get replaced. If you're saying Bruno, then bro, we need to replace the whole midfield. So we need signings in that team, bro. A left winger now. If we go back to 4-3-3, we need at least a left winger. Even if you still play Cunha there, you need options. You know what I'm saying?
What players are you looking at, though?
On the left. You see me.
Sorry. 1 minute. I just see some news. 1 second. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Michael Carrick are increasingly unlikely to work together in the interim role at Man United until end of the season. That's good news.
So
because it's one or the other, and it has to be Carrick. Yeah, has to be Carrick. So that's good news. I don't want to see Solskjaer back at this club. I'll be honest. So go on, carry on.
I'd rather see Ole than Carrick. That's just the truth.
Really?
I would rather see Ole than Carrick because I've seen what Ole's done, bro. Carrick, I can't trust that one because I don't know what Carrick does. I've seen what Ole has done for Man United. He's finished top 4 twice. He's brought even when you say he says to go out and play. If that's what his team talk was, go out and play. It worked. It works.
Yeah, but as I said, man, I think the amount of younger players we've got, the likes of Dorgu, Lenny Yoro, Aiden Heaven, Kobby, Xerxes, Ahmad, Sesko. These guys need coaches. Shea Lacey, they need coaches.
Yeah.
They need coaches for me. So that's where I'm at, man. But yeah, anyway, guys, listen, we're gonna have to wrap it up anyway, man. See 12:30, but guys, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you sub to the channel. Make sure you share the channel as well, and make sure, guys, you go and follow Owen over at B2R Sports, man. As I said, all of his socials are in the description. So yeah, make sure you go and follow him on all of his platforms. And yeah, bro, big up for coming on again, man.
Thank you,
Good
bro.
chat,
Thank
man.
you, bro. I'm even gonna make some clips from this and post on TikTok as well. So make sure to go follow up. Big up everyone. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, big up Gavin, man. He always shows me love. And yeah, man, I'm always ready to just come on and talk some good football, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Man, as I said, I'll definitely get you back on again, man. Obviously, we've got the Arsenal and United game coming up anyway. So I'll probably do a live watch along for that, man.
Do you do watch alongs?
Yeah, do watch alongs. Yeah. So if you wanna jump on the watch along for that game, obviously, yeah, man, I'll hook it up, innit? Obviously, that's gonna be a big game, man. So we can watch it together, innit? So
100%.
I'll try and get one of the people in the chat from the Arsenal as well to come on.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good.
Yeah. So I think that's in a couple of weeks' time, innit? So but yeah, no, I'll definitely shout you for that anyway. But yeah, man, no, it's been a good stream, man. But mods, big up to yourself for coming on as well. Big up to all the newcomers. Much appreciated. But yeah, we should be back. I should be back tomorrow, Friday. I might be back tomorrow. Ooh, what's time tomorrow? Because my birthday today, isn't it? Well,
shoot, happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, big up, man.
Birthday.
Yeah. Well, 8th of Jan, man. So I'll say it's obviously over 12 minutes. So yeah. I kind of kept it quiet, man. But so obviously I'm out tomorrow for my birthday, man, for a little meal and that. So so yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I might be back a bit earlier, but definitely nothing in the evening. But guys, yeah, listen, we're gonna be obviously Man United have got Brighton, I think, in the FA Cup, I believe. So I believe it might be Saturday or Sunday. So I'm gonna be probably doing a reaction to that as well. So yeah, make sure you keep an eye on the notifications to see when I go live. But other than that, man, yeah, we're definitely gonna get Owen back on again, guys. So yeah, we'll sort something out. But yeah, we got the Man United and Arsenal game coming up. So yeah, we'll try and hook something up for that. So yeah, man. But as I said, Arsenal drawing 0-0 with Liverpool, 6 points clear at the top. As I said, man, I think this is the time where it starts crumbling because I know City have been dropping points, but I think the sign of Semenyo tonight, I think Semenyo will, I think he's gonna provide something for them, man. To be honest with you, he's got goals in his game, so we'll have to see how they get on in it. But who knows, man? But I just can't have Arsenal win this league title, man, because
same.
I can't have it, man. I can't have it because them guys just chat too much, man, and it's just draining. So yeah, we can't be having that. So we'll see what happens. But guys, big up yourselves each and every time. And yeah, if I don't catch you tomorrow, hopefully catch you guys on Saturday. But yeah, big up yourselves, bro. Big up, yeah.
Big up, Gav, man.
Take care, man. Never coming on.